What's up, you guys? And I'm back for part two of this Tophia commentary. Like I said, I'm gonna let this go. Well, I'm gonna try and make this one go a lot faster. I'm gonna pause a lot less and just try and talk over her as much as I can. Hopefully, the volume comes out good. If you guys think the volume's shit, please leave a comment or something. Just like tell me if it's bad. But I got only 20 minutes of the first one for like over an hour. Like she's just, that's why there's so many chapters here, and like that's why I have to pause so much because they're all different topics that she's totally wrong about, and then she'll go on like these huge rants. So hopefully this one gets us through. Shout out to all the normal people. Sorry, I'm not doing it a second time. I just feel like I got hit by a car yesterday. Like my ribs are fucked up. My my elbow's fucked up. My wrist is fucked up. I just feel like tired and just not good. So let's go.
Life is underage. So mine's too. Mine's is not underage. I already
What are you talking
explained
about?
this.
Your
Do
life?
I need to go into an explanation again? Do I really
Probably.
have to explain it? Or is someone going to explain it? Can someone
Uh,
tell?
can you?
Someone sent me the video of her talking to a
I don't know what
16-year-old
you're talking
girl,
about. Maybe it
talking
was.
about what she was going to do sexually to this 16-year-old girl, and you're still here talking about her?
You're talking about her right now. What are you doing? You're you're literally criticizing people for talking. You're talking about her right now.
Obviously, it's weird. Her type is underage
Already
girls.
broke my rib.
So that's her type is underage. So
Scared most
mine's
of you
too.
guys.
Mine's is not underage. I
Oh,
already
thank
explained
God,
this.
hers isn't
Do I
underage.
need to go into an explanation again? Do I
Yes.
really have to explain it? Or
Yeah,
is
because
someone
your
going to
shit don't
explain
make
it?
any
Can
sense.
someone tell the lost people because they don't
No,
know?
because what
I'm
you're
in a
saying
retirement
doesn't make
home? Well,
any
no.
sense.
Wait, is that? Hold on. Can
What
somebody
what
please let
better
them
do you
know?
have? What
Because
other
I
things do
think
you
they
have to
don't know.
do besides
Because
explain?
somebody needs to tell them. No, it's
Somebody needs to
not.
tell.
Okay.
You
Well,
need
since
to
nobody
tell.
wants to say it, then I will. First of all,
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
already explained my type of person.
Can't
And to be
trust
honest,
much
and I said this and I'm stating this here, right? A year or 2 years younger, maybe, or 3 years older, right? That was what my thing was. I had always stated against that, right? But
What?
because I'm not even going to bring up the whole situation because of a recent situation,
What?
I told myself that I think that I could see myself dating someone that's way older, an older woman. I'm not going to lie, maybe 20-year age gap
She was just talking a second ago about how she only wanted to date. Did I have just have a stroke?
type of person. And to be honest, and I said this and I'm stating this here, right? A year or 2 years younger, maybe, or 3 years older, right? That was what my thing was. I had
I love how she listed more younger than older, even though 3 years older. Like, what are we? What?
always stated against that, right?
But okay, I'd be totally okay if they were 1 to 2 years younger or only 3 years older. But I've always spoken against that and said how wrong it is. Is that what she said? Again, I'm already pausing again. Is that what she's saying? Like, this makes no sense.
But because
Again,
I'm not even going to bring up the whole
fucking ice
situation
pack on my
because of a
ribs is
recent
not even helping.
situation, I told
This
myself that
annoyance. She's so
I
annoying.
think that I could see
Annoying.
myself dating someone that's way older, an older woman. I'm not
Really.
gonna lie,
I don't
maybe
believe you.
20 years age gap, 20, who knows?
Who knows if
All I
that's
know
exactly how
is
much older she
that's
said she
that. So,
was, huh? No wonder.
surprise. I've already talked about this
I
already.
wonder what
And it's
age she
so
said
funny
she
because
was.
people say, oh, you like underage people. Mm-mm. That's not that bad. I'm 32, so
What?
if it was, okay, we talked about this already. And it's so funny because, who knows? All I know that I
Wait,
could
wait,
see
wait.
myself dating someone that's way older, an older woman. I'm not gonna lie, maybe 20 years age gap, 20,
Okay, you're
who
an older
knows?
woman, so are
All I
you okay
know
with an
is
older guy?
that's that. So, surprise. I've already talked about this already. And
Wait,
it's
so
so
does that mean that if you're an older woman, you'd be okay dating 20-year-old women? Like 20 people 20 years your junior?
funny because people say, oh, you like underage people. Mm-mm. That's not that bad. I'm 32, so
What do you mean that's not that? What? What are you talking about? That's not that bad. You just said they were 20 years older. What would be bad about? I'm very confused. I don't think she knows what the fuck she's saying.
if it was, okay, and I have to state this because I don't know how to say this. Age does
Of
matter because
course,
when I say age
whenever you
doesn't
need to
matter, I
state
don't mean
something really,
underage.
really
If you're
specific, and
underage, it matters. 100% because if you're underage
ah,
and you're
okay, it
dating
matters.
someone that's in their
It actually
50s,
does matter.
something's got to be wrong. right?
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah.
I'm 32, so I'm not underage.
I'm sorry, what did you
100%,
just say?
because if you're
Let's
underage and you're
just hear
dating
that
someone
again.
that's in their 50s,
If you're
something's gotta be
underage
wrong,
dating someone in their
right?
50s, something's wrong.
But I'm 32, so I'm not underage. And
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not in my
not.
20s. That would be different if I was in my 20s.
Yeah,
That would
so
be
you
really
can date a
crazy.
50-year-old.
But
What does that have to
it
do with
does
anything?
matter when it comes to someone that's underage. I think people shouldn't really care about age when it's someone that's like me, that's 32.
Of course, why would they care about age? Of course, you don't want them to care about your age, but you will care about their age. You want them to either be younger than you, or if it's a woman, the only. You literally stated you only want to date men younger than you or women older than you. But you were very explicit about that.
I'm a grown adult, and the other person's a grown adult. Oh,
Yeah, an 18-year-old a grown adult. So if you go date them, they can even buy alcohol.
more
Are
older
you
than me,
freaking
but
kidding me?
hey, well, I wouldn't know
Loser.
if I find someone like
Turbo
me.
loser.
But I already said what I said. I'm 32, not 42.
You look
32.
42. I swear to God,
You
I'm not even
make
trying to be an
like,
asshole. She looks older than me.
why do you
And
make
I
it
just
sound?
turned
It doesn't
35
sound bad when you want to date someone
because
that's
we.
older than your mom. Look, there's a couple I follow on here. They have a huge age gap, 19 years. Her girlfriend's older than her, and it's 19 years. There's nothing wrong with that. If I was underage or if I was in my
There
20s, I
is
could definitely see
something
that.
weird and off with that, Tophia, because imagine if they started, if their age gap is that big, where someone's 45 dating a 25-year-old, if they had even started dating 7 years earlier, the girl would still be in high school or just graduating, whereas the guy would still be 30, he'd be 38 years old. It's weird. It's that's why we fucking make fun of people that do it and shit. Like the only one that gets away with it is Leo DiCaprio because he's Leo DiCaprio. Like, and every woman wants to date him ever, and they don't give a fuck how old or young they are.
But there's nothing wrong.
Yes,
Hey, it is what it is.
there is some wrong shit when you're a fucking like 35-year-old only going after 18-year-olds. Yes, that's fucking weird. And you said that's all you wanted is young
It
boys.
never got to be
That is
though.
fucking
So
weird with you.
I don't
It's
need
not.
one. I
You
already
can't
have
say
one.
there's nothing
No, I'm
weird
not
about
living in
that.
the
It's
car.
very,
No, I'm
very
not a
weird.
stud. No, I haven't watched Heated Rivalry yet. First of all, you did not see. So what is it? Is it a browser or is it a search history? You can't even lie properly. Saw your browser. A browser is not a search history.
Dude, we never said it's a search history. When you go to your browser, your most recent, either your most recent or your most frequent, usually your most frequently viewed tabs appear at the top of the fucking list or on this page. Like, okay, here's an example, all right? I'm gonna open a new tab. What are we gonna see? Oh, look, the websites I go to the most. I actually don't know why this is on here because I haven't gone to CNN in like years. This should be Associated Press. Some of these are out of date. Like, I don't even attend this college anymore. I don't attend this college anymore. But this is what it looked like. So if you see Asian teen corn here or on one of the things here, if you have a fucking bookmark of it here, Tophia, or down here, it means you're going to the website frequently enough that it's
And you
appearing.
can't open two apps at once.
Oh
So
my God, we know you didn't open two apps at once. You opened one app and we got to see what your blank new tab looks like that. And we got to see all of this stuff here because you didn't do full screen. We got to see all this shit down here. Yes, this is a form of browser history. It's not in order necessarily, but it is how frequently you go to these websites. You're such a liar. Done pausing. I keep
try
saying that. I'm
again.
done pausing. Such a liar.
And
Yeah, try again. I just
there
did.
isn't a red line that goes through a photo
I
when you take a
just did.
screenshot.
Also,
So
yes, we
come
can
back
do.
to me and explain
What are you talking
how
about?
there's a
I
red
have
line
my monitor has
going
a
through a
green
screenshot.
line
Because when you
now,
take a
thanks to
screenshot
it's
on iPhone,
is it yellow
it
now?
doesn't have a
No, it's
line
green.
going through
It's
it.
really
So
annoying.
whoever
It's
edited
like a
that
bright
photo
green and
edited
now the
it
one color
very
like
poorly.
sticks out against
I
everything.
didn't notice that until someone
It's
pointed it
like a
out to me
green pixel.
and was like, "There's a
The
red
green
line
light
going
is
through
stuck
that."
on it for a
So
whole
when you
while.
edit photos, they edited wrong because there wouldn't be a red line going through a
What are
screenshot.
you
When you
talking
take a
about?
screenshot, it's not split. So definitely not on
Sometimes it
iPhone.
is.
You can't open two apps at once on iPhone anyways. I can't
She
be open
loves to
apps
say
and open
this.
Google at the same time.
Yes, you
If that
can.
was the case, then we must really be living in the future.
What
We
are you
must be
talking
way ahead
about?
of our.
I can literally go, okay, I don't own an iPhone, so maybe you can't do this. I can go to my Android, I can open an app, I can tap split screen, and then another app will open above that or below it, depending. So I can have two apps open at once. Now, if she's talking about you can only can share one app at a time, usually that's one of the options is either share one app or share all apps. But again, it's not we you chose the right app. That's not the problem here.
everyone, because there's no
You
way you
don't
can
understand. You
open
just
two
don't
apps
get
at
it.
once
You
on
just
an
don't get it.
iPhone, and you guys clearly know that, but you
You're
continue
so
to be
stupid.
stupid. I don't
Yeah,
have
we're
to. When
stupid.
you tell someone to
That's why you're the
STFU,
one.
you're
He's
telling
literally crashing out over it right now,
someone to
but
be
we're the
quiet
stupid
because
ones.
they're telling the truth. Because you wouldn't tell someone to shut
Yeah,
up if they
that's why we're
wasn't telling the
telling.
truth.
Yes,
It
we
wouldn't
would,
matter
because you're
to
a
you. You
stupid
would just
moron.
not
I
say
would tell
anything at
any
all.
stupid
You
moron.
can have
For
two
example, if
apps
you're out there
open.
saying,
How do
"Hey,
you have two
open
apps
your
open? You
mouth and look
can't.
right up at the
It's not physically
hailstorm," I would
possible.
call you a
I
stupid
couldn't open
asshole and
two
say, "Don't
apps.
listen to this
Yes, I
person,
can
or you're
open
gonna lose an
YouTube
eye."
and
But
Google at the
nope,
same time if the
look
YouTube
straight up at
talks,
that
right?
hailstorm, Tophia.
If the YouTube
Unbelievable.
video, let's say YouTube video, if it's like, what do
Un
you call it? What is that?
unbelievable.
I forget what it's called when you can open YouTube and then you can open another app at the same time. But you can't open two apps at the same time. I was not on YouTube. I was on an app making BTS memes. And how can I make BTS memes and use Google at the same time? That does not work.
God, Chicken,
The only
how
way
would
you
you
could do
ever
that
do
is with
that?
YouTube, and I was not on YouTube.
Unless you maybe click share entire stream instead of share specific app, in which case you would see everything. God forbid she makes a
And
mistake. That's
plus,
perfect.
let's make this
And
100%
plus,
clear.
you make
If
it
that was the
100%
case,
clear.
if people said they saw corn
They
on my
did.
phone,
They
then
did.
how come I didn't get banned because of that on TikTok?
Because you didn't play it. What? Dude, I could pull up a like I could pull up a list of all of Blockbuster's like porno movies, and just because I put it on screen or name what they're called, like Backdoor Sluts Part 9, kudos to South Park, the most hardcore pornography that ever existed. So what? I'm not playing it on my stream. What the fuck do they care if I say Afro Horse 57, like from Rat Race, like oh, I watched the Down and Dirty 69 last night 169 times. Like what, who fucking
How
cares?
come TikTok didn't take that down?
Why
Maybe
would they
y'all
take it
really
down?
don't
It's just a
know how to
title.
live properly. Because that
It's just a title. You're not showing it.
live stream, I was making BTS memes, and TikTok said that I needed to be gaming, that the only way I could
So
stream
what
my
is this?
phone, which
So what does that have to do with
was
any of
mobile
what you just
gaming,
talked? It has
which
nothing to
is
do with
why
any of what
it's
you just
mobile
talked
gaming, is I was
about.
playing a game. So
Crazy.
if that was on my phone, I would have got banned from TikTok because
Yeah,
TikTok would have banned
crazy.
me immediately. I was getting banned a lot for no reason. And
Tophia all of a sudden tells it, Tophia, how many times did you say you're not banned on TikTok? At least half a dozen, a dozen? Clearly you were. It was obvious to anyone that can rub two brain cells together that you are obviously banned from there because it's your biggest platform that makes you the most money and you weren't on there and you were making literally $11 a month. So what the fuck are you talking about? And what you don't just get banned for no reason, okay? That's bullshit. I don't care if you get fucking mass reported that even if you get mass reported, they're gonna watch the stream and see if it's actually real or if it's just a bunch of bullshit. So you're clearly either talking a ton of fucking shit that they're fucking telling you to knock the fuck off, or you just don't get it, lady. Just don't get it.
then you want to sit here and tell me I'm lying? Somebody who went to school, to college, and they didn't even have to go to college to say this. They told me there's a
What?
line going through that. When you take a screenshot, there is no
What?
red line going through that. I've already
There can be if the camera is like a problem or the display. It sounds more likely the display, but
what they tried to do. They tried to search up whatever it is that they searched up on their phone, because that was on their phone, and then try to add it to whatever I was doing on my phone. When I was live, they took a
that doesn't
screenshot
make
of
any
that and
sense.
tried to blend
How
the
would you
photos
possibly
together,
do
and it
that?
didn't work
How would
properly
you possibly
because
do
there's
that?
a red line in the middle
That
of it.
doesn't make any
You didn't
sense.
blend it
That's
properly.
so
And I know the
nonsensical. I
person who
cannot believe
made
she
the
even
photo
tried to
live
use
because
that
they
as an
admitted it
excuse
in a
for
group
why.
chat.
That is
I
so
don't have to keep
nonsensical. That was
explaining this.
total
In the group
nonsense.
chat, there was this person
She
named
might as well have
Maya.
just said ooga booga
Maya
booga
has not liked
booga, or
me
like acted
since
like
I
Beaker
had
from
said
the
some stuff about
Muppets.
her and
Like
Space Kitten,
that
because
was
her and Space
so
Kitten were in a
nonsensical.
group chat full of
We're
minors,
back to I have no
literally
idea. Once again, we're
traumatizing these
back to Space
minors.
Kitten. No,
And
no idea.
then she was mad
But
because
Sophia
I
is
said,
apparently
"Why are
obsessed
you
with
in
Space
a group
Kitten,
chat and
and
why are you friends with
she's
minors?" When the
apparently Sophia, since you like to say this type of shit all the time. you're always up in space getting shit and on her stream. That clearly means that if you're on her stream, you support her, and that clearly means you support the abuse of minors by your own logic. So shut the fuck up.
way older than them, and that's what pissed Maya off. That's
Yeah,
why
that's
she
what
did
pissed them
what she
off.
did.
Yeah,
Then she was in a
that's
group
why she
chat
did.
saying I made that photo
Yeah,
because
yeah,
she was mad that I wasn't getting
yeah, yeah,
canceled
yeah,
fast
yeah.
enough. She's not getting canceled and nobody's caring about anything. So I made this photo. I can't remember what was said, but I know she said I seen where
I
she said she
can't
made the
remember what
photo
was said, but I
because she
know
was
she said
mad
this. Can't
that
remember it at
nobody
all, but
was
I know for a
attacking me
fact she said this.
and
To be
I
hacked.
wasn't getting harassed a lot, and basically because I
Shut
wasn't
up.
getting canceled
Just shut
fast or
up.
something like that. At the time, I've already
Cancel your
stated this.
fucking
I was
mother, man.
blocking
Like,
people. They
shut up.
added 30 people to this group chat. I kept getting spams off the hook. They would message a
Ah,
bunch of times, spam my phone,
pobrecito.
and it kept
Mi
popping up on
cri.
Instagram. So I got
Shut
annoyed
up.
with the spam. Rather than put my phone in do not disturb, I just blocked
And why would
everyone.
you
So
do
at the
that?
time I was blocking everyone, she had commented that. Mind you, I didn't take a screenshot because I was blocking everyone. I didn't think I would need a screenshot. At
Of
that
course not.
time, she had
Why would
accused me
why would
of
she think to take a screenshot of everything, anything ever? I mean, she always has the receipts, so she clearly takes tons of screenshots, but just felt like, hey, the 20 kilobytes that this screenshot will take up, not worth it this time, even though I'll definitely need the info later to prove everyone that I was telling the truth, yeah.
I don't
Not
know,
worth it.
someone pretended to be her. I don't know. I
Fuck
have a
you!
screen.
Like, who do
I
you
don't know
fucking
if I still
believe in this
remember the
shit,
account. I
Chris?
think that account is gone because those messages aren't
Like, for
popping up
real, who do you
anymore.
think's buying this?
But there was a message from
Buying what
her
you're
account
selling?
basically
Fuck
attacking me,
off.
saying someone stole her identity. I don't know. And at that time
Okay,
was
that
when I had
sucks.
mentioned about the minors in their Discord. She pretended to herself and then blamed me, sent a fake email of a lawyer telling me that I'm going to be sued and coming at me. All this because she herself, over the fact that basically they called her a predator and she wanted to blame me and somehow make it my
I
fault
have
that
no idea
she
what is
took
even
her
going
life,
on
and
anymore.
she didn't
Predator
take her
wanted to
life.
blame
She's still alive
Tophia.
and she lied.
Either
She never
is
took
she
her
trying to
life. She
blame
just wanted
you?
people to
Why as
attack
to
me.
why she's
Even
a
on
predator? That
Karen
doesn't make any sense. How
debunked
can
that
she
on her
blame
live.
you for
On
being a
Karen talked
predator?
about that, and on
Also,
Karen said
Aunt
she didn't
Karen was
believe.
like that. She was like 4 fucking years ago now. That was like COVID time. Why? What the fuck are you bringing it up now for? You didn't listen to a fucking thing she said. You didn't do a fucking thing she told you to do. Why would you even bring it up again? Like it had nothing, no effect on you whatsoever. You're just a fucking
It.
loser.
And she even admitted on live that she apologized. She
Okay,
said
she wow, she apologized to you on live. Okay, you're still talking about it. Clearly, you still care. Clearly, the apology meant nothing to you, so what's even the point of talking about it? Like, Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God, did I just fucking close that? Oh, I'm such a fucking asshole. Ah, I'm gonna fucking lose the timestamp I was at.
depends on where you're
No.
going for the date, right? If you're going to a fancy
Sorry,
restaurant, then
guys. I
obviously
gotta
it would be.
figure this out.
Look,
Since 28
there's a
minutes. Yeah. This is bad. We definitely did
this
this.
in the group chat. There was they would message a bunch of times, spam my phone, and it
Talk about this.
basically business to fail.
This is a good
Got
place.
caught lying in 20
Interesting
whatever.
point.
So
We'll
let
talk about this for sure.
someone showing on Karen's that screenshot or whatever it was and pointing. So that's not
Yeah,
my
Aunt
life.
Karen fucking called you out for that shit and tagged you, and you pretended like you couldn't hear her, and then you either like just dipped out and disconnected like a little kid, or you just pretended like you didn't know what they were talking about. I remember that exactly because they even have viewers come on and bring it up, and there was this one girl, or there was this one guy, this flamboyant. He sounded very flamboyant, like a very flamboyant black guy, and he said one of the funniest things I've ever heard is that and don't lie about it. You set up that dog. Uh-huh. You set that dog up to get got. That might be one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. Someone telling Tophia that she set up a dog to get got in like a really, really flamboyant gay black voice. It was
I've
amazing.
already explained
So I
that.
remember
I'm
that
gonna try to
video
lie
very well.
directly. Nowhere did I
We're
say there
not
was no
lying.
videos
That's
or
what
nothing.
happened.
And mind you, that video where
Like
people
it's
saw something, the screen
there's no
time
videos. No one
was
saw
not
anything. Yes, they
any
did.
minors in it. And this is
What are you
something that is
talking
weird
about?
to
No one
me.
said
If
that.
that's the case, then everybody that
She's
watches
worse than ChatGPT has gotten so bad about like totally rephrasing what you said, totally moving goalposts, reframing things. They've gotten so bad at it. I wonder if Tophia is like plugged into it because she's doing the same exact shit right
porn is a predator. That
now. She's
doesn't
acting like
make no
ChatGPT when it
sense, not one bit of
loses
sense.
all
I don't
train
even
of
know
thought and
who's
just
just
starts
crazy.
hallucinating like
It's
crazy,
just
like it has been
insane.
lately.
It
It's
all
almost
sounds
become a worthless
stupid.
tool as of
Well,
late for
by
me.
their
Maybe
logic,
for some programming
anybody
like
that
code,
watches
but that's
porn
it.
is a predator. That's
Even that's
stupid, right?
questionable
By
now.
their
Like
logic. That didn't even have any
I've
mind
had to use other.
measurement,
Yeah, I heard
and
Claude's
it
really
was the
good. I haven't
screen
tried it
time, and
yet.
I said, well, I don't know
It's
why
really
that's
good.
there.
I need one that's good
What
for like.
people do in their
I'm trying to like
personal
push
time
math and
is
maybe
none
some
of
computer
anyone's
science edges.
business.
So I
Why are
should
you
be looking
trying to
for
pry
like
into someone's
science and
personal
stuff,
life?
digging
People
into
sit
the
here and
math.
talk about my private area all the time. They say disgusting things, and
Hell
I'm
yeah,
supposed to
it's
sit here
gross.
and feel uncomfortable? That stuff is
Yeah, well
uncomfortable.
you do because you get baited, you get rage baited. She still doesn't know what rage baited means. She still thinks it means something completely different, which is crazy. I still don't. It's like with Christian not understanding like comeuppance and just like really specific words that they get hung up on.
Considering the fact that people come in here and call me
No
mommy, I
way,
don't.
bro! Oh my God, I want to fucking blow. Hang on a second, guys. I want to blow my brains out. I just feel. Oh. Oh, sorry guys. I have like the world's cheapest grinder. It's like this piece of plastic and it's already broken more than once, and I just tapped it and it fell off the table. And because it's so cheap, it doesn't stay stuck together anymore. It's actually missing an entire piece. I don't even know how the fuck it still works. And well, actually, it never worked. The holes are so small that you grind it up, but the grinder is not. It doesn't make it. It doesn't make it for the holes that small. So once again, I just lost a bunch of fucking butt. I just really pissed off, and my ribs hurt really badly. So anyway, I guess I didn't pause it. So let's keep going. Sorry about that. My fucking ribs are killing me.
My name is not mommy. My
Fucking
name is right there.
flying around on the floor too.
Don't call me that. It's really weird. It makes me
Don't
uncomfortable.
worry,
If
nobody
I'm
thinks you're
around
their
someone
mom.
who
You're
does that,
someone's mom. Don't
that's the
worry.
dynamic. I'm
Don't worry.
okay with that. But when it comes to people I don't know, don't be
What?
making jokes like that. If I don't know you like that, I'm not going to be joking with you like that.
Nobody's
What I
joking with you,
have,
Sophia. They are rage
well,
baiting
for
you. You
me,
fall for it
on my live
every
stream, I don't be
time.
joking
That's what makes
sexually.
lolcows like you and Christian and even like DSP and Wings to an extent is that you fall for it. You're like, oh, you guys don't rage bait me. You guys don't get me to fall for anything. You're crashing out right now because someone typed mommy.
To
You're having
y'all
a
like that
total
on the live
crash
stream. I
out.
don't know y'all like that. And
I
even
don't
if
know
I
all
do
y'all like
say
that. I ain't calling
something
you mommy.
kind
No
of
shit, they're
crass, it's
trolling
because
you.
but
How,
I
what are
ain't
you
on
not
that level
getting? I
with
don't
you.
know
So I
what
would
is
never crack
missing in the
jokes like that.
communication still,
Just talking about
where
someone's
you don't
privates,
understand it's
literally
trolling.
say, literally saying no one was
You've literally talked about before about how you've been essayed as a kid more than once, how you're treated like a piece of meat at age of 10 because you had huge tatas and a big bowl. But that's your words, not mine. I don't believe any of that. I believe maybe you got some catcalls. Probably not. I really don't think you looked anything the way you think you looked. I would love to see a yearbook photo, in fact. And like, not just a yearbook photo of your face, like a photo where we can see you standing, like in a club or something like that, like whatever club, anime club or whatever the fuck you would go to. And yeah, like
asleep with me.
you blast
Why
your
is
entire
sex on
person, like
everybody's
everyone's saying in the
mind
chat
all
up there. You're the one that puts it on the internet. You're
the
the one that
time?
goes
And
on
I don't,
live for six
for me, and
hours
I'm gonna
talking
say this,
about your
I don't
entire
mind if it's
personal
someone
life.
that I
And you're
know.
like,
If it's
well,
someone
how dare you
my
guys talk about
personal
my
life,
personal life and
that
do
we
all this
have
shit? Like, how
that ha
dare
ha
you
ha
talk about my
joke
personal
like
life?
that.
Like, what the
But if
fuck is
I
wrong
don't
with
know
you
you,
talking about my
then
personal
why are
life?
you
Personal
trying
life,
to
personal
pry
life,
into
personal
my
life.
sexual
It's
life?
my
It's so
personal
weird.
life. I
I
know
don't
that I
bother
blasted
like
out for
sleeping with
6 plus
everyone.
hours a day on
First
the
of all,
internet,
I'm a hoe,
which
then
is
I'm not a
25%
hoe
of my
because
life.
no
And if
one
we
wants
take
to
out
sleep with
the,
me. You
even
don't
I'll
even
be
know
conservative and
what
say
you're
six
doing when
hours.
people call me a
So
slut
you
and
are
I don't
literally
even go out there and
broadcasting
sleep
one
with
third of
anyone.
your waking
So
life to the
how is it
internet. If
nobody
we go
wants
by
to sleep
six
with me, but
hours,
all of a
18
sudden I'm
hours
a
plus six
slut?
hours of
Make
sleep.
that make
So you get
sense.
6 hours of sleep,
It's
that leaves 18 hours a day.
contradictory.
You
You guys
stream
don't even
six.
know. And then to
You
talk
stream
about
for
someone's
one
private
third of your
area, and they
life.
used to comment all
One
the
third
time
of
and
your
say that my
non-sleeping life, Tophia, has been spent streaming since you started doing it, if we're going off of 6 hours a day. Like, that's crazy. And only get 6 hours of sleep. And you get way more than that. You sleep all fucking day and then you nap for half the fucking day. You probably get like 8 to 10 hours of sleep, we'll say. Maybe even 12. But let's just say 10. So you're up 10, you have 14 hours left when you're awake, you stream for six. So out of the 14 hours you have when you're awake, you stream six out of 14. That's almost 50%. You literally almost stream 50% of your entire life.
think before you
There
comment
you go.
anything because that would
That's me thinking before I comment. That's my math I just did, so prove me wrong.
weird for me to tell somebody that because then it would be like, well, how would I know? Did I smell it? Did I go smell that? Because that's weird. It's just so crazy. People just be
They're
mad weird.
trolling
And
you. Oh
especially
my God.
because
How do you
I've had
not
to
get it? How
block
do you not
people
get it?
because some of the people that
How
was
do you not
calling
get
me
it?
mommy
How do you not
were
get it?
underage. And I
I
said,
don't
look,
get it.
my live stream, and I
How
do
don't
have
these
to
people
state
get it?
this every single
How do
time
these
because people have
lockouts
a
not
hard
get it? They're
time
trolling.
hearing,
I don't.
is
I'm
21
baffled.
plus because some of the topics that are
Baffled,
talked
baffled,
about
baffled,
are
baffled.
adult.
Oh, by the way, I'm also really pissed because in between this video and the last video, I got another fucking bill from, or my wife got another fucking IRS bill. We paid it off last year. They said, hey, pay it off by this date, everything's good. I fucking called them. I was like, are you sure this is all we owe? Yeah, I just got a fucking letter that, by the way, didn't even come here. It came overseas, where I live, and someone over there had to open it for me and take photos of it and send it to me. I have to fucking call the IRS in an hour or two. It's gonna be like nighttime here. It's gonna be daytime for them. Fucking like, oh my God, I want to murder someone's face right now. Like, it's just like no matter what. That's 3 years. No matter what I've done with the IRS, it's like they find a way to fuck me. It's like I pay all my taxes perfectly. I hire a super expensive accountant this last year because I had to do a really complex tax returns and shit. Like because my wife's not a citizen and she doesn't reside here. So like non-residing, non-resident aliens, and foreign income exclusion, like all this different shit, like super fucking complicated. Cost me. I had to pay the accountant like $1,500. Okay, like that's the cost of the accountant, and I barely got that. I didn't even get that back in one of my federal returns. It was for 2 years, and I'm still owed the amended return. But now the amended return that I'm owed, that I was gonna put towards paying off the fucking accountant, or like, like I already paid him, obviously. Like I have the I cash flowed it. It's not like I'm broke. Like Tophia here with $11. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. Like I have the money to pay him, but it's just so annoying now because now instead of like getting my return and having like an extra, I don't know, like $10,000, let's say, like it's all just gonna go right back to the fucking IRS. And it's from shit
Because people have a
from fucking 2019. Like the stimulus thing that we paid off, they said that she wasn't deserving of it because of the type of visa she was here on. Okay, we paid it all back, whatever interest they said we owed. We said, okay, sure. Is that all the money we owe? They're like, yeah, 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 no problem. I was like, okay, because this is from 2019 or 2020, right? Like that's really old. They're like, yeah, they laid off a lot of people here in the office, so we have like a huge backlog. So that's why it's taking so long. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Trump fired a ton of IRS people because he doesn't believe in paying taxes. So, but he believes in me paying, I don't know, like 1,000 extra dollars or
hard.
something
I've
because
had
my wife, who hasn't lived in the fucking country for 10 years, like when she was here, I guess like underpaid by
hearing
like $200
is
or
21
something
plus
ridiculous,
because some
and
of
the
the
interest
topics
on
that
it's
are
like
talked
more than
about
it's
are
ridiculous.
adult topics. Minors should
This
not
has
be
been my
harming
this has been
themselves.
my like
People just
last
be so
24 hours, you guys. I fell in the shower so hard I thought I broke my ribs and had to go to the hospital in a foreign country and pay out of pocket, roughly $500 for X-rays and stuff. I have to pray that my insurance they're supposed to, like if I just send it to them when I get home, they're supposed to reimburse me. Let's see if that actually happens. And I've gotten a letter from the IRS saying I owe them. It's by the way the most confusing IRS letter I've ever said. Usually, like at the very end, it's like total owed or something like that. But for this one, it does not say that anywhere. It doesn't have a total amount anywhere in the fucking letter. So the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. It's like keeps getting adjusted. It's like interest, principal, interest, and it's like okay, the three. Whatever. This is been my past 24 hours.
weird. all I do is just
Feel
listen
like
to
I got hit by a
music,
car.
enjoy the
I've
music,
had ice on
and
my
answer a
ribs
few questions.
all
But when
day,
you're
literally
talking
all
about my
day.
personal life,
My wrist
that
is
is weird.
killing me. My
Who cares
elbow
if I
hurts if
have
I
a
put it down and
relationship
make
or
a
not?
noise. The
I
elbow's the
could
best,
have a
actually. It's healers,
relationship.
I mean, it still hurts
I
right
just
where I
choose
can just
not
feel
to
it
because
right
now
on the
is not the
bone, but
time. And
it's
if
like a
a
Charlie, whatever you
relationship
call it.
did
My friends used to
happen,
call them Charlie
I
horses. Like when
wouldn't
you
be
hit someone
opposed
hard
to
enough, they
it.
bruise them on the
I'm
bone.
not
It
gonna
gives that like
say
numb,
anything.
like like bad.
But you
You
know
can
what I
feel it
mean?
for a couple days.
What my personal
Bone
life
bruise, whatever you want to
entails
call them.
shouldn't be any of your business.
Sophia, if you don't want what your personal life to entail to be any of my business, stop fucking blasting it out. Sophia, you're the one talking about stud shoe. You're the one talking about how you're bi. You're the one talking about how you're coming to how you're coming to terms with being bisexual. You're the one talking about all this shit, not us. You put it out there. So what the fuck are you talking
You
about?
wouldn't go to your mom and say, "Did you watch corn last night?" Or any of your friends
What?
if you're
Yeah, because I'm not worried about my mom watching teenage Asian porn.
not on that level
I
like
don't even know
that.
why I'm
Why are
saying
you
porn like
just
the rest
trying
of
to
I'm
know
like
about
her.
people's
I
personal
sound
life?
like a
What
child.
people do in their
Like
personal life
Christian,
has nothing.
China instead of vagina. Like fuck off. Like they're so childish. She's so like him. That's why I think she has like what like schizophrenia way more. Christian is obviously schizophrenic. The dude is absolutely nuts. He thinks he's God. He has complete delusions. He's completely paranoid. Chris Chan is clearly has tons and tons of mental issues, and she reminds me so much of him. Like she uses similar types of words. She talks like a child. She talks about stuff in like elementary school and middle school as if it matters at
Do
age
with your business,
33.
right?
Like
Why are
what?
you trying to pry into people's lives? You wouldn't be asking these personal questions with people in your real life. Do you know
You
how
might
much
be. What are you
money the
talking
porn
about? Some
industry
people do.
makes because of perverts? People just be. Some of the stuff I've seen is crazy. And I was
Yeah,
just scrolling on Facebook
I've
and
been
I
on
don't
the
even like
internet.
that stuff. Come
I'm
on.
35, so like when I got on the internet, it was pretty new. Like dial-up was already out, so it wasn't like the newest. Well, like we had 56K modems. It wasn't like 28.6 or anything like that, but it's pretty new. And I've seen some fucked up shit. I've seen some Taliban videos. I've seen some beheadings. I've seen a lot of fucked up shit. So, and of course, the obvious two girls, one cup, and all that goes with that. Lemon Party. Lemon Party was always the worst. Everyone likes Goatsy because Goatsy is such a like an easy thing to make ASCII art out of, or just like you can unintentionally insert it into stuff, which a lot of people have done. It's like become like a huge part of pop culture. But man, Lemonade Party or Lemon, like Jesus Christ,
A lot of the videos I've been getting is this
Jesus
one guy
Christ.
that dives off of a cliff, and those ones from the other country where they do those games with the balloons, how they race each other to see who can
What?
get to the end by popping balloons and doing whatever it is
What?
that they have to do. I get that stuff, but there has been some even TikTok recommended everybody a video that says it
What?
was hot and going viral. Do you want to know what the video was that was hot and going viral?
Sure. Yeah, tell
It
me.
was of a girl. Of course, it was going viral because it was of a girl in a jumpsuit, one of those one-piece jumpsuits with her boobs literally coming out of the jumpsuit, jumping up and down. She
Okay.
knew what she was doing,
Yeah, no shit.
and literally, it was like they were watching a
And
soccer
literally, it
game
was
or
like
something,
they
and
were
she's
watching a soccer game.
cheering and she's jumping up and down because she knew what she was doing. She was being extra. Hello. And TikTok wants to claim that they
So
follow
what?
the rules, their guidelines, but they don't
What about that is breaking the guidelines? She's not nude. She's not performing any
follow
sex
their
acts.
guidelines
She's cheering in a skimpy outfit.
when they allow stuff.
What is not allowed about that? On Kick too, dude. On Kick, I could fucking post the beheading of Daniel Berg by Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and get away with
Stuff
that
like
shit. Are
that.
you out of your
And
mind?
no, I'm not saying,
It's
hey,
fucking Kick.
I'm not trying to be a
Not a
hater
twit. Yeah, not
or
a twit
anything
too,
like
James. You're
that,
helpful.
but
You're
when
not
you
talking about
got
YouTube or
guidelines
like
and you
TikTok
have
or something
minors
or
on this
Instagram.
app, sometimes TikTok needs to follow their own rules. Then it's like, well, what do you allow and what do you don't allow? Because you allow some people to do these things and then you allow others to do it. It's just insane. And her boobs
So what she meant to say is you allow some people to do these things, but not others. But instead, what she said was you allow some people to do these things and you allow others too. So she basically meant they allow
were literally
everyone
about to come out and she
by
was about to flash
her
people.
bad grammar.
And it wasn't a video that that TikTok needed to recommend. This is a
Oh my
hot
God, you guys,
video.
I just tried. I actually can't bend like backwards. My chest usually, it's called like corticost. I forget what it's called. I basically have this thing where like my chest cracks, like the cartilage and the bone, like where it meets at the top of your sternum. Like right at the top of your sternum. There's like a bone there. I think it's called the xiphoid process. It's like behind it. And basically there's like just huge amounts of cartilage there and mine like pops all the time. And I just tried,
So
like
the video
cracks
is
and I just
going
tried to
viral
lean
just because
backwards to get it and I realized I couldn't because it was touch my ribs hurt
girl
so
jumping
badly.
up and down with her boobs about to spill out.
Okay,
That's
she's
like,
allowed to
let
do
me
that.
do that then. Let
Go,
me.
Tophia, go for it. Get a skimpy outfit and try it. See how many views you get. See how many people clip that shit and post it where you don't want it. Go for it. You're complaining about her making money, right? Do it yourself. No one's stopping you. No one's stopping me from getting a skimpy outfit going on there and cheering for World Cup games. No one's stopping me from doing it. You know why it's not going to be successful for me? Because I'm not a beautiful young woman. Sophia, you are not a beautiful young woman. You are none of those things. Actually, you are a woman, I'll admit that. You are not beautiful and not young though. So like you're not gonna get the views you think. Go for it though. I want you to try it so you can see that it's
That's
not
crazy.
just that. It's not just that she did that. Like she also needs to look a certain way, behave a certain way, have a certain following beforehand. It's not like she can just go on there the first time she's ever streamed and pick up like a million views, unless she's the only one doing that for soccer in the entire planet somehow. She's the only one who thought to dress up skimpy and cheer for a team. Yeah, right. Sorry, I'm pausing again so much because
I
it's so
wouldn't
bad
do
of me.
that. But if I was to do that on TikTok, I would literally get taken down.
No, you
I literally
wouldn't.
took a picture of me at the swimming pool and
No,
I
you
couldn't even
wouldn't.
share it on TikTok. First of all, I thought about sharing it on Instagram,
Why
but then
not?
what happened
Do
was I'm
it.
just worried people will make fun of my body and other things.
I'm gonna share it on TikTok on a platform where I have 10 times as many viewers, but I'm really embarrassed to share it on Instagram because of body shaming. Now she's gonna go into some rant about Lizzo and how body shaming is wrong. So then shut the fuck up and don't post your picture. I mean, what do you want? The world is what it is. People judge you on your body. Right now, I don't look that great. I'm a little bit overweight, you know? Like, it is what it is. I'm not embarrassed about it, and I don't give a fuck if someone makes fun of me for it, because I'm never going to see them again. They can suck my dick. Like, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? The only reason you care is because you're so terminally online and your life revolves so much around your online image that if you posted that on Instagram or something, all people would be doing would be spamming that kind of gross image of you and probably photoshopping it to shit. So that's why you really don't want to do it.
But I
Body
wanted
po-
to share the fact
body positivity, my ass. She always talks about that body positivity. Don't be ashamed of your body. All these fucking thin bitches, I'm a thick bitch. I know how to get mad. I could pull a K-pop idol anytime I want. I'm Tophia. I'm the fucking shit. You're here to watch me. I'm not here to watch you. Yeah, won't even post a fucking photo of yourself at the beach
photo
by
on here
water.
and on
That's how
Instagram, but then
positive and,
I know
and sure of yourself you are in your body, Tophia. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You're such a fucking con woman, like a bad one
it's like a
too.
tube top type thing, and it really shows my boobs. Not like I'm flashing people, but it still would have been enough for my photo to get taken down. But it's just like some people on here
Yes, yet this woman jumping up and down in a skimpy outfit where you could see her cleavage and everything got her banned, but you think that this would get you banned, but that didn't get her banned?
can
Okay.
get away with that stuff.
No,
There was
you
someone
would be
that was
fine.
completely naked.
Sophia, you would be fine. The reason you think you wouldn't is because you're embarrassed to post a picture of yourself nude. Just admit it. You already admitted it. You already said you're worried about how people will respond to what your body looks like. You already admitted it. Stop fucking mealy mouthing and changing what the fuck you're talking about. We all know why you're not posting that photo.
Naked, even
Don't
though their
fucking
body
bullshit a
was
bullshitter.
painted,
Like,
and you could clearly see where they're
no fucking chance
100%
I
naked,
believe
no
any
clothes
other reason.
whatsoever, bouncing up and down. body paint, everything. I get it. There's
By the way, aren't you like
places
a
for that, right?
feminist, like body positive, like non-ableist, whatever? Like, what's wrong with people wanting to show off their natural, beautiful bodies to you? Oh, it's because you don't have one and you're super jelly? Okay, I got the jelly school on the line. Okay, you want to take a spot at the jelly school? Okay, I really think you could use some time at the jelly school. Okay, okay, I don't really have the jelly school on the line. Okay,
Right?
but that was just the trick, Sophia, to get you to realize you need to be more body positive. You need to stop shaming people. Okay, okay, okay. Go back to class now. Okay, there's a fucking South Park episode about this. Like.
This isn't the place because there's guidelines.
About
There has
it
to
was
be a
about
line
photos, like
drawn.
how Kim Kardashian and stuff like Photoshop things, and it made like young women have like an unrealistic expectation of their beauty standards, and how eventually Wendy gives into it, and like like she can't stop the ocean with a broom, so she joins
I
in and like makes herself
100%
look super hot. I personally don't give a fuck about filters. I don't think I've ever used one in my life. I don't care how like you could think I look good or bad. I don't really give a shit. Like. I really don't. I don't. I care about maybe what
be
a
about
couple
the
people think of how
place
I look,
because there's
and you're not one of them.
guidelines.
Neither
There
are
has
any
to
of
be a
these
line
million
drawn.
strangers that walk my
I
street all the time.
100% agree. If TikTok was that, then TikTok should be about that. But then they shouldn't have guidelines and then not follow those
Kind of
guidelines.
care what
There's
my
nothing
family
wrong
looks
with that.
thinks I
There's
look like, and my
actual
wife.
people could do
That's
that.
really
There's
about it.
OF.
Couldn't give a
You want to
fuck
do
about
stuff
any
like that, you
stranger.
can
Couldn't
post
give a
that on
fuck about
OF. Nobody's
you.
shaming anyone because
Vocal,
people
I
are
love
making
you, buddy,
money.
but if you think I look like the
Like
whitest
that
cracker
industry
alive, I
is
kind of wouldn't give a shit,
a
bro.
very
Like
big
it
industry.
shouldn't matter.
People make money because there's a lot of
And
sick-minded
she always
people.
brings it up. I'm beautiful on the inside and outside. No, you're not. You're ugly on both. But like what I was just saying to vocal, like I could look super nerdy. I could look like the whitest white guy ever. Maybe I don't know. But you still have similar humor, and it doesn't mean like what was she saying? What was
Nothing
the
wrong
exact
with
word she
that. There's
said?
actual people could do that. There's OF.
Yeah, there's nothing
You
wrong with
want
it.
to
Like I
do
don't give a
stuff like
shit
that, you can
what
post that
you
on
look like
OF.
or what I
Nobody's
look
shaming
like
anyone
if we're
because people are
getting
making
along and
money.
shit. Especially similar
Like
stuff.
that
I guess to
industry
her
is
it's all sexual
a
because I'm
very
bisexual. So
big
whether it's a man
industry.
or a woman,
People make
her
money
entire
because there's a
interest
lot of
is just based around having
sick-minded
sex with
people
them. There's
and
no like
sometimes very
platonic
sick-minded people
relationships in
because
her world, either
there's
men
stuff
or women,
that's
that
not
doesn't
that
exist with
if you
Tophia.
go
But
looking for it, then
you know,
yes, but it exists on the dark web. You know what I mean? Very disgusting things. Like way
all of a sudden we're talking about like pedophilic images. What the fuck? This is what I'm talking about with her insanity and her schizophrenia and stuff. We were just talking about something so different about what people think about the way you look. And now you're like, yeah, if you go to the dark web, you can definitely find some fucked up shit. Yeah, wow, you can find bad shit on the dark web. Did you guys know that? That there's bad stuff on the dark web? I never knew that. I was only on there when the Silk Road was around selling illicit drugs left and right to the United States Postal Service. I have no clue what you're talking about.
hidden
Like,
cameras
what?
and bathroom type stuff.
Yeah, no
Hidden
shit.
cameras.
That's fucking weird, and a lot more of those are getting caught every fucking day, and those people should go to prison for a while. And in fact, in their prison, like, depending on the prison, like, most prison cells don't have cameras in them, but I think if they did that to someone, like, spied on them with cameras, they should have a camera in their prison cell, preferably one in their toilet looking right up their asshole and right at their balls to see if they can piss and shit so that the police and the officers really get to say when they get to take a shit, when they get to take a piss. Because imagine some officer looks at that and goes, "Hey Doyle, it's not time for you to take a shit yet. Get the fuck off the toilet." That would be such punishment. Can you imagine
Will
that? And
tell
then
them, and
everyone
that
else in the
stuff
fucking cell block because of that, like, knows exactly what you did.
gets
That'd
taken
be so
down.
baller.
Hopefully, a lot
Like,
of
I mean, it
deep
would suck for
fakes.
you if you
They
were a
take
fucking pervert
celebrities
who
and they
films
make
in
deep
it.
fakes of
But
celebrities. Now they're using AI to remove the clothes of people
okay, that's what a deepfake is already, and they were
and
already
literally
using
making
AI to
nude
do that.
photos of people.
When they made deepfakes before, she's acting like, oh my God, suddenly they can take the bikini off. Well, Sophia, they didn't need to before because they just generated the deepfake onto a porn star not wearing a bikini. Now they're just removing bikinis and taking their best guess at what it looks like under there, or basing it off of, nude images that exist either from films or something like that. But you don't realize that.
People do it to me all the time where they make these
Okay.
AI photos. AI
Well, they
is
make
so
AI
horrible.
of you.
There's
Yeah.
hundreds of
Oh,
thousands of
yeah.
probably AI photos of
I
someone
don't.
taking off the clothes of
Main character syndrome. Oh, I thought she was talking about herself.
some celebrity that they want to see naked.
Yeah,
Like
no
that's not
shit.
okay.
Sophia, there have
AI
been
is
fucking weirdos trying to see celebrities naked since 1935. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You think people didn't want to see like the best, like what I can't remember Jack Johnson, the black heavyweight, but whoever the fuck he played, like you think they didn't want to see like Al Capone? Like, what is wrong with
so horrible. There's hundreds of
you?
thousands
I
of
don't know why my
probably AI
famous
photos
keyboard I
of
always have
someone
pressed
taking off the
actually.
clothes of some celebrity that they want to see naked. Like that's not okay. This stuff needs to be fixed. AI should not be allowed for that because not only are they doing that to
When I was
celebrities, they're doing that
a
to
kid,
children.
a little pervy
They're
13-year
taking
old, there's a
clothes off of
website called like
children. That's
nudecelebrityarchive.com or something.
disgusting.
It had
This
literally
stuff
like
really
for the
needs
most
to,
part
there
every
needs to
female
be a
celebrity,
guideline. There
like
needs to be a
anytime
line
there
where
is
it's
nude
like,
photos from
stop.
either, like
That's
leaked
gotta
onto the
be
internet
banned.
or from a
It's
film.
so crazy that people are like
And
schooling
yeah, me and my
slaves.
friends definitely
And then
liked that
people want to
website
say,
a
well,
lot,
you are
so
that. I haven't
I'm
even
just being
been
real.
naked.
Like this is gonna
I'm
she's
just
like acting like, oh my God, kids already want these people already want to see what celebrities look like without clothes on. Yeah, it's not like you could find nude images of like your average celebrity anyway from a movie or something like that. Not saying every actress or actor has done it, but I mean if you want to find it hard enough, it's like the Dave Chappelle skit when he's on the internet. Hey, you want to see naked pictures of Halle Berry from Swordfish? Of course. Like wow, that laugh actually hurt my rib a little bit. I shouldn't have done
weird
that.
because
But he's
it's
like, of
personal
course I do.
questions that people ask me.
Like he
You
doesn't even
wouldn't
like
ask people
he had just told Ron Jeremy he's done looking at porn, and then that guy asked him that a second later. He's like, of course.
in
And
your
then they come
life.
out of there. It's like, yeah, that was definitely her. And he's like, hey, are you the goat play? Like goat play, what's that? And then a woman walks inside with a goat. He's like, all right, man, just for a little
These
bit. And
questions.
then it says 2 minutes later, the concept that it took him 5 minutes to jerk one to Halle Berry. It took him 2 minutes to jerk one to a goat. Anyway, sorry.
What
Quoting a
someone does in
Chappelle
their
show skit
private
something
life is
funny
none
on
of anyone's
Tophia.
business. Who
He's a
cares? I didn't blame
non-funny
myself, but it's
twat.
just so
I don't know what
weird
else to
how
say there.
people are. It's just like these people sitting here and defending a man that paid a
Man, they opened. How long
catfish
have I been
to
doing this
try to
video?
get nudes from me so they can share that. That is literally revenge porn. Posting
Man,
something
they're
without
already open.
somebody's knowledge when it comes to something sexual. Why are you doing that? It's just so crazy that people just be defending that. Garcia is literally, well, I don't know if that's the guy that did what he did. They posted in the Albuquerque Journal the guy's name, but everything happened so fast. All I really remember is he was bald. He had a muscle shirt on. Everything happened so fast. All I really remember is he was bald. He
Hang on a second, guys. She's just like, sorry, guys. I thought I had to get up so they could shut this door, but the guy shutting the door is like vanished, so the door's still propped open. So I don't know. I'll keep going, I guess. I was gonna bounce and then come back. Just
he
reprop
had
the
a
door open.
muscle
It's
shirt
weird
on
here.
and
The
windows
door
was
doesn't have like
white,
a
and
key
then he
built
had
out to
these
the side door.
plastic
It's just like
torches in the
literally
window.
a blank piece of metal. So like unless the window next to it's open or you're like you wedge something in the door, you'll get locked out here. So
I'm watching Graveyard Girls. Onion boil
walk
bun.
over there and see
You
if
know what? I
anyone's
don't
coming.
really like onions like that, but those onion boils look so good. I'm not even gonna hold you. I wanted to try to do an onion boil, but I don't like onions like that. But for some reason, they look good. I would eat it.
Poor Sophia would
Girl,
eat
you
something that
post
she
on
doesn't
this
even like
account
just because it looks
because
good.
reason being,
Damn, I don't even like onions like that, but
to
that
be
looks
honest with you,
good.
I
I
don't want
eat
to post
that.
on
Hey
both
Sophia, do you know
accounts.
how I feel about
And
food that I
then
don't like the
I
taste
am
of or anything?
monetized
I
on this
don't eat
account
it.
as well, but I
Fuck.
basically
Do
most
I,
of my
how?
money
Why
towards
do I
buying.
need to tell a 33-year-old woman that you shouldn't eat food that you don't like? What is going on in that head, guys? What is going on in that head? That's a
Question
wild thing to
I
be
could
thinking
make
about.
through the videos, but to
That's
be honest with you,
crazy.
I'm
Like
trying to
what?
keep things. Unless I'm really
It's
secure
gonna go
in
to
the
the
money
other
that
end.
I'm making, then yes. Because I don't want to be stuck in a situation where my income from
Make it
social
happen.
media,
Maybe.
I would have to pay
Sorry
rent
guys,
at
kind of
that
talking.
point. I have to pay whatever income I'm making. And if I don't make that in a month, let's say I made $800 from one video, it's not guaranteed that I'm always going to make $800 from one video. Like, so
Thanks for finally admitting that you made $11 the other month.
social media is just like the stepping stool to building your business
There
and
goes.
having a business outside of social media. And with YouTube, I could have a longevity of money coming in because I could keep making the
She could
videos
have a
that people want
long
to see,
shit. She could
right?
have.
And having a
Repeat
business
that. I just
outside of
have to
social
repeat
media.
that.
And with YouTube, I could have a longevity of money coming
She could have a longevity of money coming in. What amazing English by Tophia. So I tell you guys, a longevity of money. I'm gonna have to pause while they kick me out, but it was just pause on that sentence. A longevity of money. For the record, sorry, I might get kicked out. I don't know when, but for the record, longevity means a long life or something along those lines. Long sentience, long time before you die. She's literally always the one saying Elon Musk can't take it with him when he goes. She's literally talking about having a longevity of money, meaning that her money will, have a long life, not her money. So her money's gonna have a longer life than her, which is something she always complains
in
about, just
because I
based
could
on
keep
the words
making
that
the
she
videos
uses.
that people
God,
want
I'm
to
so
see,
sorry. I'm pausing,
right?
guys. I lie.
I
Whenever
could
I
be
say I'm not
working
gonna
on
pause, I
my,
lie to you.
if
I'm
I know
sorry.
that I'm secure in the money I'm making on social
If I could
media,
finish in 30 minutes,
then
so that's
I don't
this
want
video
to
would be
be
equal to
like,
her video
because the
plus
thing is,
the
if I don't
fucking
make that
longest
amount
hour I
one
did
month,
before.
then I'm gonna be evicted because I can't pay the rent
Yeah, no
because I
shit.
didn't make the $800 that I made last month.
Yeah, no
I wasn't
shit.
making
It's almost like having a job that pays you a constant wage helps you overcome months when your averages are lower.
$3,000
What the
consistently.
fuck? Or it's like months that you do really well, you set money aside for the months that are going to be really poorly. Sophia, you've done neither of those things. Somehow you made both wrong choices. It's actually amazing.
I made $3,000 one month.
Wow, she made three
Consistently, I
thousand
was
dollars one month, you guys. You know how much I make one every month before taxes? A little bit more than $3,000. Wow. She did that one whole month, you guys. One whole month. After my tax, take home, insurance, all that shit, it's less than that. It's like, I don't know, like $500 less than that, whatever. She made 3 grand in one month, okay? How dare we talk to her? She's making what I make at a regular job, but she only makes it 1 month out of the year,
was
okay?
making $1,000
She's lucky
with
that
the
she doesn't have to pay
TikTok
taxes on
subscriptions,
that
which I think they should bring
because
back TikTok
she makes so little
subscriptions
money. She's
instead
not
of
even
the fan
required to
club.
file
They
taxes. It
replaced
would be
TikTok
smart for her to do it
subscriptions with the
because, like,
fan
the
club.
year actually
So
during
I get
COVID and
paid
stuff,
for
I didn't make because of my job and stuff. Like, I had worked at like a community college, and it was part-time work. And as soon as the college closed, they couldn't give me any work, so it ended. So I had fucking no income.
people that
And
join the fan club to bring
yeah,
back
so
TikTok.
hang on, let me.
I don't pay the rent because I didn't make the $800 that I made last month. I wasn't making $3,000 consistently.
Yeah, so that's sorry.
I
So
made
what
three
I was trying to
thousand
get at
dollars
was
one
like I
month.
wasn't making
Consistently, I
consistent
was
money,
making a
and like
thousand
that made it
dollars
even worse,
with the
obviously.
TikTok subscriptions, which I
Consistently,
think
she
they
was
should
making how
consistently.
much?
I
You
made
just
three
said you weren't making money consistently, but now you're saying you were, just a specific amount. So what was it?
$thousand one month. Consistently, I was making $1,000.
Consistently, she was making 12 grand a year, which actually does require her, I think. Oh, it's really close to the cutoff for taxes. I can't remember if it's 12 or 13 grand. I'll look it up because unlike Sophia, I like to be educated. Minimum income requirements to file taxes. You guys should be able to see this screen right there. No, sorry. Yes, single 15,000. It's actually up a little bit from what I remember when I was single. Years, like, well, not just single. Well, I guess I've been single for a long time, until the last 2 years, but I never really looked at the amount. And like the past couple years, because I make, like double that. The only time I really looked at that was when I worked at that deli because he paid us half cash, half, through checks. So like we kind of could claim that to an extent. It's kind of sketchy, like, but I mean, it helped all of us out a lot, having to declare half less of our income. But it also at the same time, he couldn't show us working 40 hours then because then it shows us him paying us less than, minimum wage if he does that. So it made it kind of hard to claim certain types of benefits and stuff, but it was overall to our advantage at the time, which is, not should be. taking advantage of tax systems like that. But I mean, we were all like poor
with
as
the
shit. We worked at
TikTok
a deli. We
subscriptions,
barely
which
made
I think
anything.
they
Like,
should bring back
made like
TikTok
a couple pennies per
subscriptions
cup of
instead
coffee.
of
You
the
know, we were
fan
doing our
club.
best. He
They
eventually sold
replaced
the business.
TikTok
He
subscriptions
he
with
was
the
smart.
fan
His dad,
club.
his dad
So
was
I
smart. His
get
dad
paid
had the business, and he also owned the building. So even though he sold the
the
business, he
people
still
that join the
takes in
fan
money
club.
from the building itself.
But the thing
Smart guy.
is, subscriptions
At
were,
least for
but
doing
mind
that.
you, I got
He was a
paid
pretty smart
from
guy. He's a
two
pretty cool guy.
accounts, which is why I
Good
made
boss.
$3,000.
Only one time he ever
It
got
was almost
really
close to
angry at me, and it was
4,000.
definitely my fault.
My goal
Actually,
every month
twice. They
for
were both
social
really my
media
fault,
was to
though.
make
The
at
one
least
time
one
was me and
thousand
someone else did
dollars.
something, so it was kind of
I
both of us.
stopped and gave up on
Whatever.
that goal because
So,
being
oh,
homeless.
sorry. Why did you give
But the
up on your
thing
goal?
is, subscriptions were. But mind you, I got paid from two accounts, which is why I made $3,000.
Wow.
It was almost close
Two
to four
accounts, you
thousand.
guys.
My goal every month for social media was to make at least $1,000. I stopped and gave up on that goal because being homeless, I haven't been able
You
to
thought.
focus, right?
So what did
I can't be able to.
you always claim that's your job? Now you're saying you gave up on your job because you can't focus on it because you're homeless. So what is your plan, Tophia? Your whole plan, you've said it time and time and time again. Social media, if it's not a job for me, it's not a job for everyone. So obviously it's a job for me because I make money from it. Now you're telling us you can't even make your minimum goal of $1,000 a month off of social media. So you're giving up on that too. So what do you even have left that you haven't given up on? What is left in your life that you haven't just said fuck it and given up on? Besides wherever your fucking like fat ass is parked right now. Excuse the fat part, but wherever your
Focus on
fucking
social media. And
girthy ass is
plus,
sitting right
if
now.
I'm not consistently making that, I'm gonna be working with Timu, and I'm kind of a little worried because that's gonna be income, but it's not gonna be forever income.
No
And then
shit.
what? If I'm not making
You're
that, I can't
kind
pay
of
the bill.
you guys, she's kind of worried about her finances. Now, this chick needs to be on Caleb Ammer's financial audit because she is the definition of lights on but no one home. She is not only actively working against her own financial future, or not only not planning for it, but she's actively working against it. She's probably in huge amounts of debt. If she was able to, if she even knew about them or had the credit to do it, she'd be taking out payday loans. But her lucky saving grace is that her credit is only destroyed so much because she doesn't even know how to do it better because she doesn't have a permanent address to send mail to. Like, imagine Sophia with an address right now. They'd be sending her fucking Credit One applications every other day, and she'd be applying for every single one, thinking it's like those fake checks that come in the mail that it's like, oh my God, I got a check for something. And you're like, oh, it's just a fake check. That's what she'd be filling out right now.
There,
So
it just
get the fuck
sucks.
out of
I
here.
get it
Like,
on some aspects.
unbelievable.
I just want to be financially stable. I just want to have a house. That's all, and have a place to be. Hey, yo, come hang out, or a place where
I think a
people can
house does
come.
not
I
mean you're
just want to
financially
be able
stable.
to
You actually need to either be able to afford the mortgage, property taxes, repairs, upkeep, and everything else, or it's actually an economic burden to you.
spend my time doing
You
things
just want the
instead of
free
working.
million,
You know
$500,000
what I
house with no
mean? I
property
want to have
taxes,
a
no bills,
garden.
or
I
anything.
want to grow things because I do really want to have a garden where I grow vegetables.
She suddenly wants it. Dude, she's like the most. I bet if I went on TikTok, like garden is like top hits right now. She's the biggest fucking trend follower. She has no capability of unique thought. It's almost impressive.
All of those things. My
Oh, I
grandpa
got a
used to
Labubu. Look
be
at how
a
cute my
gardener
Labubu
and
is.
used to
Oh,
garden.
I got it. Like, she's so obsessed
Sorry.
with pop
Hey,
culture and
where are
this
they
type of shit. It's
coming from,
unfucking
man?
believable.
Hold on.
Oh, I got a
Let's
fucking
see here.
special popcorn tin that was worth $100 and it's worth like 40 on
It's an
eBay now.
ant.
But like, I'm gonna put it in my
It's a
storage, so
big
it's just
red ant.
useless.
Sorry,
Fucking
I think it's an
popcorn
ant,
bucket.
and
It's
I think I
disgusting.
got it, but I don't
You
know.
spewed on
I'm
it,
not gonna
probably
get bit.
like bugs all over
That's
it.
why I
Like
got it.
disgusting.
Wow, that's great.
Doubtful she
It's an
cleaned it up. It's like a
ant.
metal
There's
ornament.
little
Here,
ants,
let me
and
know.
then there was a big ant. But I think I
Bro, there's
got it.
little
I
ants
don't
there.
know. That's crazy. I don't know
It's
where these
great.
ants are coming from.
What's crazy about it?
Outside, but I don't know where.
They're not
Anyways,
okay. That
this is
doesn't
what I was
necessarily mean they're
talking
not
about. Like,
outside, but whatever.
I want to be able to do
Huh.
these things and
She doesn't
enjoy
even
how
understand that like ants might have a burrow in a house or like under the floors of a house or like even in the wood or anything. Just clueless. Must be from outside.
I want to be able to.
hey, this cockroach, it had to have come from outside. And like, yeah, maybe the odds are higher for that. But for ants in the middle of a
enjoy,
building,
I don't even know,
probably
life,
not.
and I want to be able to have a
Unless they're like right by
garden
the
and
window or
be
the
able
edge.
to
I
do
don't know.
things
But
and
either
take
way, just that's your
trips and
assumption. She doesn't
not
even
have to worry about do
doesn't
I
even
have to
realize
go to
there's
a job and whether or not I'm going to survive and
sorry, it hurts.
oh, I don't have money for the rent this month.
So bad to cough.
I want to be successful
My right
because I
side,
want to say,
right
hey,
upper
I
ribs, like
was
right below your,
making the
like
rent
right at the
just
top,
barely,
your
right?
bottom of your
I
pec
was
muscle
making money
down to
online.
like,
I was
like
helping to
the
pay to
spot,
keep
like
my
your
family into a
serratus, or
place.
like your serratus muscle would be if you're in like better shape than me and like didn't have a little bit of fat there, like where you see your serratus and like all those lines on your rib, like because the way my body fat is, you can usually see it even if I'm a little bit overweight, like.
But it's
I
just
fell on
those
that part,
things
like where people say it's the worst spot to get a tattoo, like where your rib is like right up against it. That's exactly what
where
I fell on. That's
it's
why I
it's a
thought I cracked
lot,
my
and
rib
I
because
try
I
to, you
couldn't
know
have
what I
fallen on
mean.
the
I'm
worst
just
spot in my rib.
trying, and it's
I could,
difficult.
like
Well,
if I
as
felt
less. Rent
I
is
felt my muscle
literally
way more. Instead, I felt
weekly
right on
when
the bone, and that's why I
so
thought
people
I
want to bring
really
up
thought
my
I
dad's
cracked one.
disability. My dad's
I drink so
disability
much
did not
fucking
even
milk
cover
and
a
eat
whole
so much
month.
Tums that I must
I
have like
had
a
to pay,
calcium. Like
and when
I've
my
only ever
dad didn't
cracked,
get paid
like
for
I said,
his
I
disability,
broke a tiny bone in my wrist one time skateboarding. But it was an important bone. It like fed all the blood to everything else, and if it died, your wrist would die.
I had to pay.
So your wrist has these
Mind
crazy
you, I didn't
sliding
take
joints
his
in it. Some of them
disability.
like are
He
essentially
said we
useless,
can
like in
use
terms of
it to pay
movement,
for
but
the
they're useful in
place
terms of
because my
blood
mom
flow.
asked him, "Do you?"
Very
He
Sorry guys, it's
said
killing me to
that we
stand
could
up and not
manage his
just get up.
disability until we got and paid for a place because
What?
we were looking for a place to get all of us into a place.
That
We
sounds
couldn't.
like that
He doesn't
sounds like
manage his
fraud. Can we
disability.
go back over that for a second?
I had to pay, and when my dad didn't get paid for his disability, I had to pay. Mind you, I didn't take his disability. He said
Why?
we can use it to pay for the place because my mom
What?
asked him, "Do
So
you?"
why didn't you? Why did you
He
do it?
said that we could manage his disability until we got
Okay, so it
and
sounds
paid
like
for a
you had the
place
what? You
because we
didn't
were
pay
looking
it?
for a place to get all of us into a place. We couldn't.
Unless
He
she
doesn't even
means that she actually like was the one that pressed pay. That's not your money, that's his money.
disability until
What?
we got and paid for a
Sorry guys, this
place
is taking a long.
because we
Oh
were
my god, I'm
looking
so
for a place
sorry.
to get all of us into a
Freaking hour.
place. We couldn't. He doesn't even get his disability.
15
He went to
minutes.
jail,
I have to
so he
speed this up.
lost his disability.
Right. So
And
okay.
he
So
has to
that's
reapply
also
for
true, by the
disability
way.
because his
That's
disability
100%
is
true.
gone.
God damn it, it
He
wasn't
lost
set
his
up at all.
disability when he went to jail, and he never went to get his disability back. So
Yeah,
I
you have to
guess he's
either
not
go to
in
the
his right
jail,
mind.
get a
So he
certificate
has
of
to do
relief
that,
of
not us.
disabilities like
If
I
he
do
wants
for a
his
fucking
money, then he needs
misdemeanor,
to
by the
go
way. And
do
my
what he needs
disability
to do
includes
for
the
his
ability
money.
to own a long
That
gun
has
for
nothing to do
this
with me. I gotta
bullshit
worry about
reason
myself.
that the
Like I
Supreme
said,
Court just
I've been
ruled
doing
against.
things.
I
I
don't even
look
really
kind of
want to own
creepy.
one. I
People
spent a lot
love
of
to
my life, but I'd
complain
like to
about
own a
things, and it's
shotgun.
just like,
Just keep it in my
well,
house,
you know what I mean?
for the
I just
zombie
want to be able to
apocalypse. Just
just
one.
not have to
You don't need
worry.
a million.
So
You
I do
know,
have
make one now.
ambitions and real
Not
goals. Well,
something
I want to
that's
have
got
my own
like
restaurant. Feels like
trapper.
there's
It'd be nice to have
something
a
like an
shotgun.
ant or
Huh.
something. That is
Sure shit hit
stupid.
the
I
fan.
hate when they make the AI videos of like gospel, and people will be stupid enough to have their kids watch that, and they make money off of
What
AI.
are you talking about?
I saw something that shows you how you can make money off of AI videos, and you just take, let's say, a whole chapter of a Bible, and you can make a children's song out of the Bible, and it makes an AI video. It's really stupid. Anyways, oh my, ones that are not
Tophia
who got
finally took my advice and went to ChatGPT and said, "How can I make money with this type of social media account?" And its first answer was Bible videos. She's like, "That doesn't really match my content. What else you got for me?"
stolen. They
I promise you, that's what happened. Because I was saying it for months and months and months. Like, she had no idea how to monetize this huge following she had. Like, why not just go to some sort of AI and be like, what's the best way to monetize this temporarily? Or, like, up until I can get bigger monetization. And it would have given her better ideas. Because she had none. She didn't have any plan at all. She had no plan. Her plan was to just not make any money.
thank you for
She
the.
made
So I
$11.
bought this. What I think it's a well, it's not. I don't think it was a real Labubu, but
I even mentioned Labubu. Oh my God, you guys, I'm like a fucking Tophia savant. Did I not say Labubus earlier and how they're just plastic crap that you would waste money on? By the way, I'm somewhere where I like walk by Labubu machines all the time. I wish they were still popular. Last summer, I wish I bought like fucking 100 of these motherfuckers for like $2 and sold them all in the States for like $5 a piece. Like I'm fucking pissed at myself.
it was.
Like what? You want a Labubu, Sophia? Send me $50. I'll send you whatever fucking Labubu you want. I swear to
And
fucking
once
God. You'll probably get more than one because I'll use one of those machines that costs like I don't know, like $1, and like I'll just get you like here, just give me $50 and I'll get you like a bunch of Labubus.
that
Okay?
are not real Labubus are called Lafufus. So
These are
I
real
had gotten it in
Labubus.
the
I
mall
promise you.
and I
They're
bought it.
from
I
the
got
right.
the
They're
one that I
from the
wanted,
country.
right? Put it on my
Okay?
backpack. I'm traveling around. I see it. I was at another place, whatever. One day,
Notice how she won't use that name either. She still realizes she shouldn't name shelter names because in the future she might have to go back there and they might not be so happy about that. Hey,
I didn't even really check to think if it
actually thinking through
was
something
on
for
my
once
backpack.
before
But
just
one day,
blurting it out.
I was using my backpack and I realized that it was gone. So whoever stole it off my backpack is gonna scam somebody, and people know what's a real Labubu and what's not. Actually, Labubus have
Someone who stole a fake Labubu off of your backpack is going to scam someone because they won't know it's a fake Labubu. First of all, I don't feel bad for anyone in that scenario, really. So
they
I, second of all, feel least bad for you because you bought a fake Labubu trying to make it look like it was a real one, which encouraged someone to steal it and sell it as if it was a real one. So you're kind of the reason why they're getting ripped off. Although the reason they're getting ripped off is because Labubus shouldn't be worth jack shit. So
they have a glow in the dark thing on the bottom of their foot. So if they don't
wow.
have that on the bottom of their foot, it's not a real Labubu.
Oh
So
my
whoever
God, that's what you guys know. So you just need a glowing, you just
stole
need to
it and
check it
is gonna
glows in
sell
the
it is
dark.
gonna scam someone. If someone doesn't really look if it's a real Labubu, then of course they're gonna.
But you intentionally bought. Sophia, do you think that like you're the only one that ever thought to intentionally buy a fake one for less money and no one else knows about them and they will all get ripped off? I'm
It's a
sorry I keep
scam.
pausing,
And
guys, but like, what a fucking stupid thing to say. Like, you don't think that other people have thought of that? You think that you're the first person to come up with all that shit.
sometimes someone might check, and
Are
then you'll
you
get
out of your
caught trying
mind?
to scam
It's so
people. And I
crazy. I
paid
don't.
$40,
It's
so
baffling.
it didn't really bother
Baffling.
me. You know what I mean? And I didn't even feel whoever it was that took it. I didn't feel anything. When you have that on your backpack, you just gotta get one of those latch. I think they're called latch keys, the latch locks. That way they can't take it. Because people lock their Labubus to their bags, but I didn't really
Everyone, do
care.
not do this. Do not check out the lock picking lawyer on YouTube. He will definitely not show you how to crack one of those locks in 2 seconds using a tiny shard of
Much because it was fake, and I knew
aluminum.
it was fake because I wasn't
Don't
paying
check
that
that
much. But
website
Labubus
out.
are
Don't check
expensive,
out that YouTube
especially for
channel,
one
Lock
box.
Picking Lawyer, it's
And one of the
called.
places was
Don't
selling
check
a
it
real
out.
one, but that was like
There's another
$50.
good
There
one
was
where
no
this
way I
guy
was
gets
gonna
sent
pay
locks
80
and he
bucks
literally
for
just
just
like
one.
takes them out of the Amazon
That's
locker, like breaks
buku
them into like five.
dolores.
It might
That's
be
an
Lock Picking
insane
Lawyer, to
amount
be
of money
fair.
that
He
I'm not
breaks them into
paying
like
for.
5 seconds,
I'm
just throws
not
them into
paying
the
that
dumpster.
much for one.
That's
So I was
also a
like,
good
I'll
channel.
just buy
Whatever you gotta do,
something
don't check
cheaper.
out those
Because
channels
there was
if you
two
want to steal
places,
Labubu's.
and the other
Don't look,
place
don't
was
look at them.
it was expensive.
Don't
I'm
go to
not
Lock
paying
Picking
that.
Lawyer and
And then I
buy
gotta
his,
lock it up
lock
and then
picking
make sure no one
toolkit or
steals it.
anything
Because
like
if I
that.
pay
Don't
eighty
do it.
dollars and someone steals that, I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
snitch.
easy,
There's
easy as
ants in
fuck
here.
a
I need to
rake
notify
locker.
them.
You just
But
need like a rake
no,
there,
I
and
am
then they
trying
can
to
come
be in
up
a
on
better
you.
place.
It's
I
just
want
like,
to have a house.
if that.
I just want
You
to
can
be
pick
able to
my
enjoy it. I
Sentry
want to
Safe and
get
fucking
real
paperclip. I've
arms.
done it before because, well, not mine, someone I knew. A Sentry Safe, they claim, I got it when I went to college, so I had some sort of like lockbox so that people couldn't just come in my room and steal like important documents and shit. I mean, I guess they could just walk out with the lockbox, but that looks kind of sketchy if you had to walk out like by a counter and stuff and like through cameras and everything with it. So look, what it would kind of look like sketchy. I feel like I don't know. That's the hope is that they wouldn't be able to just steal my shit. But I had a friend who had something very, we'll say, well, who cares? It's legal now. A quarter ounce of marijuana in her central safe, and she lost the key. And her room was a fucking disaster. We would have had a better chance of finding the entrance to Narnia than we would have had finding this key. And I eventually I didn't know shit about lockpicking at the time, but I eventually got into it because they're not really designed to be, lock proof resistant. They're more designed, at least the one I got, is more designed to survive a fire for 30 minutes so that all your
Cool.
documents
And
don't
I
leak.
know this is a topic
That's
that
sort of the
people don't
goal.
like hearing all the
I
time,
would like to get
but
a
it's something
better
that really
safe
affects
because
me
I
on a
keep in
scale of
not a
really
ton of
affects me, and
cash
then
on hand,
sometimes
but
I try to
some. I
block
keep
that
some
out because I don't want to think that.
stuff
But
has some
we all
value.
aren't going to live forever.
But the safe,
We don't
they
live
give you
forever.
like these shitty
That's
fire
just that.
bags for the doc. I
We're
mean,
all
I
going
guess
to
I'd
die.
keep the other
And
ones for the documents
that's
and stuff. It's a
horrible to
safe
say
room.
like that,
I guess I'd do
but we
that.
don't live
It's
forever.
only enough room,
And
maybe.
I think about the
So that's
people
what
that
the
I have
century
met,
school like
especially the
somewhere
people in my
else.
life that I
I'd
don't get to
also want
spend
a more
time with.
accessible like near a
And it
door where
makes me
like fire
sad because it's
could
just like
potentially
much
travel
older
through,
people
like
like my
just
mom
push it out.
and other people, and it's just like you're not gonna live forever. And then I
Sorry
think
guys, I'm talking
about,
about nothing.
I'm
She's
one of
talking
those
about if you won't
people.
live
I know some
forever.
people have had these thoughts. Oh, it's gonna
She
come
one
to
day
that
thought she one day was saying if I lived to be, like 100, like normal. She thought living 100 was normal. You guys,
time when that person's dead, and then I try not to think about that because I'm not wishing death on someone. If that's, how do I explain it?
you have literally wished death directly on people on your
It's
shoes.
just
So just shut
thinking as if it was
up.
that time, and it's scary to
Just
think
shut up.
about that because I
It's
want to
not.
spend
Shut
as much
up.
time as I
Just shut
can
up.
with
Please
people,
shut up about this. Just
including my
don't.
mom, because we
Don't
all
keep
don't live
going. Don't
forever.
do it.
And I get sad because I
Don't
think
keep
about
doing it.
people and I'm
I
like, why do they have to die? That's
can't.
just my thought. It's like, why did God
Shut
do
up.
that? That's sad. Why would God
No,
do
it's
that? So
not. You talk about it all the time. You don't even believe in God. You don't know shit about the Bible. You think Christian God's all happy, sunshine, rainbows, and love. No, he's not. Christian God was a fucking asshole, all right? Like, what? Shut up. Shut up about all of this. You're such a fucking performance artist. You're such a con artist about all this shit.
it
You
makes
don't
me
give a fuck
sad. I
about
think
any of
about it. This
that.
person does not deserve to
Oh, I'm
die.
so crying. They don't deserve to have to wake up every day working in a Chinese factory making my cell phone that I bought from them anyway. I still paid $600 for an iPhone and I feel like I got ripped off because a Chinese child's finger should only be worth $540. Fuck you, Tophia. You're one of the biggest beneficiaries of the modern world and the suffering of the average person. Because you don't do shit and you get everything somehow. So it's like you are literally benefiting off of essential slave labor. I'm just telling you that right now. Miss, oh, white people invented slavery. Miss, black people can't be a slave. Essentially, you're benefiting off of it. In New Mexico, I don't know if they're required to pay inmates or not. A lot of southern states, you don't have to pay inmates. They make, like pennies an hour. Talking less than $1. So there's slave labor in a lot of those states, especially the Panhandle, the fucking deep South. Somewhere I never want to go and never want to be and want nothing to do with. Wouldn't care at all if they all pulled out of the federal government as long as my state could pull out and like deal with their own taxes and their own finances and stuff. They're some of the biggest beneficiaries of all that shit. They have the worst shit happening over there.
Like,
Like
why did God
fuck them
make
all.
this a thing? You know what? And then I think, would I want to live forever? Probably not. Because what if you did everything, right? You've done everything, you've seen everything, you've been everywhere, and then you're living
Yeah.
life, and it just becomes boring. I don't know if I'd want to live forever.
Yeah, what's boring about like the Earth changing its literal structure over time on the scale of thousands of years to millions of years? What's interesting about watching our entire civilization potentially either rise to the point where we become spacefaring and technological based, or collapse upon itself and disappear into a dystopia where we maybe have a potential chance to come back and retake the Earth from the destruction that we wrought upon it. The Earth itself will be fine. The Earth itself will repair itself eventually. The question is whether we will be here. Um, like to think that we can destroy the world and end the world is pure hubris. We can create conditions where humans can no longer live, but destroy the world is crazy. Do you know the binding energy? Let's just look this up really quick. Again, I'm sorry, I'm getting so off topic. Like binding energy of the Earth. Yeah, there. Is it 9.18 meters per second squared everywhere? Oh no, there we go. Binding energy is 2.24 times 10 to 32 joules. To understand the scale that that's on, I don't even know how to say it to you. So here's just to give you an idea of the scale. The mass of the Earth is about 6 to 10 to the 24th. So this is eight more zeros. So it's half of this number, but it's eight more zeros and eight more zeros. Let's just give something else that's on the scale of 10 to the, just to give you guys like an idea really quick. Sorry, I'm so off topic. Like this video has gone off the rails. I admitted it. It's gone off the rails, you guys. Sun's total energy output in so after 1 week, that's just what the sun outputs. Or if we converted a 2.5 trilogram asteroid completely into pure energy via the general relativity equation. Or the total energy of massive star radius in neutrinos. Okay, just so you guys know, if you don't know what neutrinos are, they're considered ghost particles. Yeah, Lucas Werner knows nothing about any of this shit. Lucas Werner is the only other lolcow that's close to Tophia, just so you guys know. He's
ever.
equally out of his mind shit. But anyway, so just based on it's just brought up in my mind. Neutrinos, ghost particles. They're considered ghost particles because they don't interact they only interact via the weak force, I believe. They don't interact via the strong nuclear force, the electromagnetic force, or the gravitational force. Or, actually, no, I'm sorry. They might. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. Hang on one second, you guys, because I actually want to. And yeah, I was right. It's weak force and gravity. Those are the only two things that affect it. The gravity essentially has no effect on stuff on that scale because it's too small. And the
But
bigger
then
it
again,
gets, the bigger the gravity comes to effect versus the weak force effect. And like, but it wouldn't matter because neutrino, they're some of the smallest particles ever, and because they interact with so little, they can essentially pass through anything. Our detectors are lucky to detect like a couple of them every however whatever time frame it is. We have a gigantic detector in the Antarctic. It's all underground. It's basically meant to detect only neutrinos, and it doesn't even directly detect them. It detects a certain type of scattering that they cause. Neutrinos are crazy particles. They might be their own antiparticles as well. There's a lot I could go
again, I
into about them, but let's get back to Tophia, you guys.
think about dying, and that's
You guys don't
scary
want me. You guys
because
don't want to hear me talk
once
about
you
like
die,
quantum physics,
that's
like
it.
you
You're in
know,
the ground forever, and that's a
you know.
very scary
I
thing.
like
And I
talking
try
about it
not
on my
to
own and studying on my
bring that
own,
up or
but you guys
think
aren't here
about
for
that a
that. You're
lot.
here to hear
It's
about how
just
crazy
that it's
Tophia
just
is.
crazy. You know what I mean? So I know, and that's the thing. Is like, yes, I do like My Chemical Romance. It's just one of those things where I know eventually people are gonna pass
Do you
away,
like this band from
but
the
I don't want to think
2000s
about
that
it.
like
But I get
young
sad because
children
I'm
used to like?
restricted.
Not be
I
listening
want to
to
hang out
anymore.
with my
Oh
friends
yeah, I
and other
love them.
people and my mom, and I want to do fun
Not gonna
things.
lie.
People
I
don't.
like I like a couple Blink 182 songs still, but I don't listen to their fucking whole albums. I don't know shit. I
Hang
honestly
out a
only
lot
know
of
a few
time.
songs by them.
Tomorrow is never
I was
promised.
never
It's
into
just
that
like,
type of music. I
oh,
listened to a
like
lot
we
of
spent
rap,
time and then something happens, which I'm not wishing.
conscious
We
type
never
of hip
know.
hop, Mos
That
Def,
really
Kid
sucks.
Cudi. I
I
listen
just
to more
don't like
rap
to
like
think about it, but
Eminem,
it
Drake,
sucks. What do you
a lot of
do?
East
I
Coast
just don't
people,
want to be
Big L.
restricted. That's the thing. And be like, oh, I
Sorry.
can't do this because
It's
I
like
don't have the
it's
money.
like her topic's so boring.
Oh,
Like no one
and
else
I
is
know,
there.
and I'm not saying going out and hanging out and spending money. You don't have to hang out with someone to spend money. I would just like
You don't have to hang out with someone to spend money. You're right about that. What she meant to say is you don't have to spend money when you're hanging out with someone, but instead she's making it like you do have to make money anytime you go out. But if you go out with a person, you don't have to. That's essentially what she just said. So
to have a
how would
house.
she know
We can
what her
hang out,
English?
watch movies,
How would she know what her English sentences mean? She's only the one saying them. You guys,
stay in. We don't have to go out. I can
unbelievable.
invite people over to my house. It'd be like his house. I'm just kidding. It would be the hangout house. We don't even have to go anywhere. And it's just like I just want to be comfortable. Just be chilling in my house, relaxing, just
Yep.
watching a movie or something. Say,
Tell me
hey,
when
come
you
over.
get
Go
there,
do. Go
Tophia.
do it.
Hey, wish in one hand and shit in the other, and tell me which one fills up first.
I don't. It's not about spending money. I hear what you're saying.
Oh, it's not? Okay, so would you be happy with a plastic shed will charge you $50 for it total ever, and you don't have to pay any rent on it? You get a plastic shed. You okay with that?
Right? And
It's not
when I
about
say
money,
these
it's just about having somewhere safe to live, right? You're safe and shelter. We'll run some power to there. You'll get an extension cord. We're not animals here.
things, I'm not blaming God
You
in
don't
a
have to go
sense
into the
of I.
main
It's
house, take a
just death is
shower,
inevitable.
and
I
we'll
can't
give
handle
you a
it.
couple shower tokens
It's
per week,
very hard.
but.
For me, people get over grieving. Sometimes say, "Oh, you gotta get over grieving." I probably grieve forever the people that I've lost. My friend that
It's not that you need to get over grieving. Not like, okay, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Some people never do. Some people do. Some people don't. It's not that it's you need to be able to function in real life while having that grief. I hope someone watches this finds this poignant because it's not about leading a griefless life. That's impossible. You can't avoid bad things happening to you. No one has a fucking perfect life, okay? It's about how you handle and react to those things. And in the past, 15, 20 years ago, or not 20, about 10 to 15 years ago, maybe, like I had this really, really, really bad emotional experience with time, like one of the worst of my life. And I called up my old counselor. I was like, I wasn't even in New York at the time. I was waiting for a plane. It was one of the first time. It might have been the first time I'd ever left the East Coast in my entire life. I had the worst experience of my life in fucking Dallas, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking relapse. Like, I know it when I'm gonna get back. I was like, I fucking hate all this shit. I'm fucking all over this. I destroyed this entire this relationship I had. Like, this is fucking over, you know, like, and I did, and it was a fucking disaster. But now, you know, the last time something bad happened to me, I did not react in that way. So
Died, I still haven't
it's
gotten
about
over that.
learning, it's
Like
about
my
growing,
uncle, my
it's about
grandmother,
changing,
my
getting
brother,
better,
my other grandmother, even though
getting
she
over
wasn't
things
really in my
when you
life as much, my
can,
dad's
moving
mom,
on from them
and
when
she
you
wasn't
can.
really.
Just because you're not over
My
something or haven't
grandmother was
forgiven
something.
someone
She
doesn't mean
didn't
you can't
really.
move
I don't
on,
even know
stop
how to
thinking
explain
about
it.
it.
She was not a
It's
good grandmother. But
in
in
fact,
that
it's a very
sense,
important
right,
skill to have,
when
I
I
should
think
say.
about all of these things and
The
I think
ability
about this
to
stuff, I try
move
not to,
on
but my
from
brain goes
something.
there
It's
because
a real,
sometimes when
it's a
you're
hard skill to
by
maintain.
yourself and you're in your thoughts.
Tophia, I'm not even giving you hate for not having that skill yet. It's not easy to acquire, and neither is nor master. You know, like, are you kidding me? Just mastering the ability to move on from trauma to trauma? No, that's insane. Like, but you're not in 24/7 crisis and 24/7 trauma, and you claimed for weeks you're going to therapist. That's total bullshit. Vocal said counselor. I said specifically religious counselor. I think me and him still might have a bet going on that one. I'm still going religious counselor. Hopefully we'll find out one day. Like, you'll let it slip or something. But vocal, I'm gonna just post on your video just so you know that I'm still betting that it's a religious counselor. Anyway,
In that
keep going.
sense, right,
Got my
when I
first
think
video.
about
It's
all
gonna
of
be
these things
way
and
too
I think
long.
about this stuff, I try not to, but my brain goes there
If
because
this was
sometimes
if it
when
was an
you're
hour 20
by
minutes,
yourself and you're
including
in
these
your
first
thoughts, you
like
just
20
have these
minutes here,
thoughts.
this
Cause,
actually
and
would
I
be a
know
really good
people aren't
time.
gonna live
Honestly,
forever,
it's too
but
long.
I feel like I'm missing out on life because
You
I'm
are.
stuck and I don't have money. When I get
You are. You are. How do you? People keep telling you that. It's not like this is how is this new information to you? Is this for she can't be a she can't be the best troll ever, can she? You wouldn't literally live out of homeless shelters and tents just to troll people, right? There's no fucking way. You just realize this now? Hey, Tophia, you know what might solve that? Some sort of income, like regular income, where you could, I don't know, maybe like even if you don't want to pay for rent, you know, like buy food or buy clothes or buy bullshit on Amazon or buy a car or buy groceries or buy literally anything. I don't, how, like, you just want to move on. How? Just a free house? Okay, once you get a free house, what are you even going to do then? How are you going to get groceries? How are you going to get tax money that you talk about all the time? You claim to know about property tax. How the fuck are you going to pay it? Where are you going to get money for maintenance if something goes wrong? Let's say you need some electrical work done. Let's say one of your outlets that either like fries or the ground goes bad or something. What if you need to pay for that? What if you need to pay for new gas, a new CO2 detector? What if you need to pay to fix your furnace? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what if you need to pay to trim trees that are going to fall on your neighbor's house? What are you going to do if you need to pay for the slightest emergency ever? What are you going to do after 1 month of getting your house? What's going to solve all this shit? The same fucking thing that's going to solve it now, which is a job that pays you regularly.
hey, you
I
want
don't get
no,
it.
I
I
can't.
don't get it.
Sorry.
I
Then
don't
it's
think
just like
anyone will be able
my
to get it.
brain. I don't know.
It's just
I
like her brain. I think that's it. Like certain people, right? Like certain people with certain like paranoid schizophrenics or like certain types of serial killers, like total sociopaths and stuff. It's for a normal human, it's very hard to relate to them and their in the way their brain works because it does not work the same as you and I, right? Like a sociopath doesn't feel emotions or empathy or anything like. Well, some of them feel certain emotions for themselves or for people they actually feel close attached to. But the point is, they feel them either muted or to almost no degree at all. And then you've got people at the other end, and
I just wanna. Because
like
then
I'm
I think
sorry, hang
about
on a second. I
when I
just want to
get.
go back to
Hey,
the
you want? No, I can't. Whatever.
yeah.
But I feel like I trust something. She didn't really. I don't even know how to explain it. She was not a good grandmother. But in that group of people that I've lost, my friend that died, I still.
What the fuck happened? Where did I
I hear
skip
what you're
forward?
saying, right? And when I say these things, I'm not blaming.
I feel like I lost my train of thought there because it seems like my time got messed up. I don't know what the fuck just happened there.
God, freaking mother.
What's
And
further?
I don't have back, but I don't got much. I just
But anyway, the
why
point is,
are
like, get a
why are they
job to
like
fix all
that?
that. She's like, I need,
Getting
like, she's
harassed and always
like,
being in
again,
survival
what are
mode,
you gonna do once you get that house? That
having
was my
to.
point. Like, what are you gonna
Why do
fucking
people go out of
do?
their ways to just do things to
What are you
people
going to
and
do
make
when
their
you
life
get that house?
miserable? And then it's like things are always happening. I just want to be at a point where it's just like, oh, there's no issues, there's no worries. Man, that
Wow, doesn't everybody? Wouldn't it be awesome if I could just go back to the U.S., my wife come along with me, we get handed a $500,000 house in a great neighborhood. They say start making kids right now. We would immediately if we could afford it. My degree was finished, so and she was in the U.S. So they're like, hey, just start making a family already. So we have people looking for Social Security in the future, blah blah blah. We would. Um, Nothing is stopping you. I'm throwing something at the table right now because I'm so angry at you that I might actually pimp slap you in real life at the moment for just like ignoring the plight of everyone except for yourself. You fucking succubus. Like I keep calling you that, and it's because you just drain everyone else's energy and resources and just life force from them. Sorry
really
guys, I gotta
sucks.
finish this.
I know.
Should have been
That's
done
the thing
already.
that I struggle, and I'm not gonna be rude. I'm not gonna lie. I struggle with believing whether or not God is real and taking people say, oh,
She's finally talking. You talk all the time about the Bible. You also talk all the time about how this last place you were at like made you suppress who you were and everything. You're finally deciding to talk about the Bible now. Been asking that shit for like weeks. Do you actually believe in Jesus or not? You've been struggling whether or not you believe with the Bible. What are you not, Tophia? What aren't you struggling to decide or struggling with? You're struggling with your sexuality. You're struggling with your religion. You're struggling with your identity. You're struggling with your blah 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 blah.
oh,
What
I pray to God
what is something in your life you know and understand? Name a single fact. What's your favorite? I forget what this is called. What's your fucking favorite color?
about my problems. That's hard for me because I feel
Tell
like,
me your
oh,
favorite color.
what if I'm believing in something that's not real? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to.
What a shocker! The Christian God might not be real, you guys. That's crazy.
I don't want people to
You
think,
guys
because
ever
that's not
think about
bashing
that?
religion in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, I'm an
You
agnostic,
guys
which
ever
believes
think
in something, not like Jesus, but you believe in something.
that's not okay? Again, she defines agnostic stupidly. Are people who say they can neither confirm nor deny the existence of God because they believe, like me, that we're not intelligent enough, that we just will not ever be able to understand the spiritual on any human level until perhaps after we die. Damn it, which kid, my fucked up neck just tweaked really bad. Anyway, so it won't matter. Sorry, my battery's low, of course, it's beeping at me. Hang on. Might lose it for a second. See if the microphone picks up. Test 1 2 3. Yeah, she's gonna get some feedback, but yeah, like you're just debating this now, okay?
And for me, that's
How
my
long is it
struggle,
taking you
is
to
believing
decide
in
if the
that. Because
Bible's
it's
real?
like,
32
oh, you
years. I'm gonna
praise
tell you, when
God
I
and
was like
take this up to
13 and went to
God.
CCD and shit, and I was reading that Jesus did all this crazy shit that I knew he couldn't do physically because it violated the laws of nature. I really began to question Catholicism and all of it behind it because they're very literal about a lot of stuff. It's very strange.
All your prayers will be.
I think the best probably religious Jesus Christian sects out there are the ones that preach more the interpretation of being a good person and doing as Jesus would do, and like being, like a carpenter of men as he was said to be.
The answer, but it's like
Instead of like
the
mega
thing is,
churches
like, I
like
feel
the
like
Catholic
sometimes
Church
some
where you
people
can only
believe God
commune through
whenever
Jesus
they have
through a priest.
they don't go to people all the time.
The Catholic Church, you need to go to confession to be forgiven, to be given penitence, which is a nice thing because you can go do it, but it has to be granted to you by a priest, a man ordained by God. God has to grant it to you through a human vessel. Sorry, I know a lot about Catholicism. Are you going to Judaism too? Because I'm part Jewish and grew up celebrating some of that stuff too. My mom probably is more Jewish now than she is, Christian. We were never very Christian, to be quite honest with you. Especially compared to both of my families, who are both, the one side's completely Irish Catholic, and they all went to like private Catholic school growing up. My dad's side of the family, and then my mom and her brother went to like public school in an area where it's like probably 50-50 mix of Jewish students to non-Jewish students. Still is today.
That
So
works.
that area of the map.
Doing the work, you know what I mean? You really have to be putting some work behind that. You can't just be like, oh, you know what I mean? People just think that they just take all.
You can't just be like, you know what I mean? No, I don't. I don't know. This is what I'm talking about with her. Like, she can't even finish. This is why I know she has some schizo something. She can't even finish that sentence. What the fuck did that mean?
Have to be doing the work, you know what I mean? You really have to be putting some work behind that. You can't just be like, oh, you know what I mean?
You can't just be like, oh, you know what I mean? What? No, I don't know what you mean. This is why I pause you guys. Like, what the fuck did you mean? I have no clue. I don't know what you meant by that. I'm baffled. I hear your sentence there.
Just being hateful. Why are we using God to judge other people or hate other people? And I know that's not everyone, right? I'm not saying that's everyone, but I just don't get it. I really don't. I just struggle.
I know it's not everyone. I just don't get why this very limited amount of people do something I don't agree with.
My prayers do get answered, which is really weird. Every time I pray for something, it happens. I pray.
What the fuck have you been praying for? Plastic shit and tickets to Comic-Con? Holy fuck. Your prayers have been answered? You guys, Tophia. Oh my god. How about, okay, nope, oh my god, just shy of 1 hour 30 minutes of my time, like 1:29:30. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes. Well, not happens, like, and I pray for things to get better, and it just
Pray, these phrases have been working for you.
doesn't. You know what I mean?
Oh, but then they don't.
Talk about other people first.
She was just claiming that the prayers have been working for her and she's been seeing success from them. Tophia, if your prayers are being answered and you're currently in a homeless shelter making $11 a month, you must have either been the worst, shittiest prayer in the world, or you had the worst, shittiest prayer, not prayer. Your prayer either was let me make $11 off of social media, or you're so bad at it that God's answer was, here's $11. Are you fucking kidding me? Your prayers have been successful.
I'm not trying to, but I just feel bad that things are happening.
That's a wild statement. I don't even know what else to say.
I want my own house. I want to be able to provide for my mom.
You don't.
And drive, be able to take my mom places.
You don't, because you do nothing to achieve that. I go to night classes after I work fucking full days at work to achieve that, and so I can come be with my wife for 2 months a year. I fucking bust my ass. What do you do?
Or just surviving. I've been just surviving.
Yeah, you've just been surviving. Good luck with that. I've been achieving and accomplishing things and saving and moving, getting ready to move on my future, getting ready for my future. What have you been doing? What have you done, Tophia?
There was this one guy that had preached.
Oh yeah, nothing. You haven't done shit. You're in a horrible
And it wasn't even just the gay stuff he said. It was what he said about racism and slavery. That was not okay. And it's just like...
Wow, someone at a church said some really racist bad shit. Have you guys ever heard there's a white person saying that at church before? Never heard of that.
Outside of Christianity. Then they start hating on Muslims. Then they start hating... then that's when it becomes too far. Oh, the mosques, the Muslims, whatever it is, they try to talk down on that and say that those should not exist. Who cares what...
Do you know the excuse they even used to do that? To become the religious right and create shit? Tophia's so stupid, she doesn't realize that things like the Tea Party, which was a very radical faction, like radical right-wing faction. Today it would be like almost normal Republicans, but back in the 2000s, Tea Party was considered very radical. They wanted to undo abortion laws. They wanted to roll back civil rights, and they've achieved all that now, but without being called the Tea Party. They've now been called the Republican Party and the Make America Great Again Party. But the Tea Party essentially held the Republicans hostage, and that's sort of where it all began, and you don't know jack shit about any of that, so shut up.
Someone believes.
Like, you think that's where it started? You have no clue.
Christianity is a stolen religion for black people. And you're sitting here talking about...
It's not a no one steals a fucking religion. You know, you convert to it, right? They didn't steal it. That's like saying Islam was stolen from slightly fairer-skinned Middle Easterners. Like, who fucking what?
About other religions, when you preach a religion that was stolen from black people, and you don't want to acknowledge that, just like you don't want to acknowledge the priests and what they do to children in the churches.
Stolen from black people. Okay, Catholicism came out of the Roman Empire when a Jew was crucified. What the fuck are you doing talking about stolen from black people? No one stole... See, this is how racist Tophia is. She thinks that Jesus is an immigrant because he's a person of color, right? So she thinks that because Jesus was a person of color, that white people stole Christianity. That's not how it worked. Christianity was passed on and spread throughout multiple kingdoms and areas at the same time. Constantinople, and the emperor moved the capital there because Christianity became so big. Betcha she doesn't even know what the fuck Constantinople is. So, you know, like, Christianity spread like wildfire. They didn't steal it. In fact, the people who were Christian exploited it, and they took huge advantage of it. In particular, in Italy, the Catholic Church, they took huge liberties with what a church should be able to do it. If you talked about what they did today, it'd be war crimes, a lot of it. But today, the church is just exempt from taxes. She doesn't know fuck of what she's talking about.
Like a Catholic priest, you don't want to talk about how they're touching.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's
they shamed this one young girl, made her stand up in front of the whole congregation, and shamed her because she came out about the pastor sleeping with her. And this stuff should just be allowed?
Nobody thinks it should be allowed. Tell us what happened to that pastor. Give us that. Show us the article. Did they let him go? Or did he go to jail?
But yet, people are judging others. And it's not everyone in the church, but it's a lot of people.
It's not everyone in the church, it's just like most of them.
And I don't know how people can say
I'm not here to say anything bad about you Christians. I'm not here to say anything bad about anyone, really. I'm not here to talk shit about Shorty Bay, but you know, you guys are all sacks of shit. No offense, just standing on 10 toes.
And the only reason why sometimes I haven't gotten up and walked out is because I have to be there. It was mandatory for me to go to Bible study. It's mandatory for me to go to church. That's why I went to the church that I chose.
Yeah, we know it was. Let's see if she mentioned that going to counseling. Did she mention that already?
I've gotten up and walked out is because I have to be there. It was mandatory for me to go to Bible study. It's mandatory for me to go to church. That's why I went to the church that I chose. Because they didn't preach that. They accepted everybody. They were welcoming.
So what happened? Why did you get kicked out of such a welcoming place?
I walked into churches where I didn't feel welcome.
So what happened? Why aren't you still there?
Someone tries to tell me that it's immoral for me to be in love with someone of the same.
Wait, is this at the same... Why didn't you stay at the church where you felt comfortable and at home if they were accepting?
Sex, even though that's how I feel. And to tell me that that's wrong, that hurts. People don't know this. People know what it's like, for, especially if you're not gay, of different sexes to be in love with someone unconditionally. For me, that is... It's not wrong. Oh,
you don't know anything about it. You've never been with anyone. You've never been in a relationship. You don't understand any of what you're fucking talking about. It's like Christian when he gave sex advice before he was still a virgin.
Just because it's someone of the same sex, that's wrong. Why do people gotta be like that? I just don't get it. Why can't people just be happy and exist as themselves without someone judging them?
That's a great question. I don't know. You're a miserable sack of shit. Why can't you just exist and be happy with yourself? Because you're so negative, you're so unhappy, and you spread it to everyone that even touches, even associates with you loosely, watches your stream through another channel. You're such a beacon and well of negativity. If this were space-time, you'd be a fucking black hole. You're just a hopeless, lightless fucking happiness eliminator. It's amazing. I don't know how the fuck you accomplish it.
Here's the thing, and so there are some people, especially people in my church, who are like, why do you let things affect you so much? It's not more about being affected by things so much as it is talking about these things, because homophobia should not exist.
Yeah, why do you let things like your brother dying in front of you affect you so much, Tophia? Things like homophobia and people who are pussies about their brother dying shouldn't exist.
We don't talk about these things.
We don't talk about them enough, though. We don't talk about people watching their brothers get killed in front of them.
But we don't talk about racism. Racism is going to exist because we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. It just doesn't magically go away. It just doesn't magically go away. If I was
Who
in public
talks
and I was
about it like it
holding a little
magically goes
camera,
away?
or I was
No one
kissing
fucking
women,
says that. I think it's
that
going
would
the
make
other
people
direction.
uncomfortable.
That's why I don't want to
I've
fucking
seen
stick
videos
around
where it's
America
like
forever.
people have made remarks towards people just
Rather be over here, where like, yeah, I'm like the odd one
no
out,
one says you,
but
but it's
at least
behind the
everywhere
girl.
over,
What
everyone
makes
over
that
here is sort of on an
interesting?
even playing
You don't
field, and
see
you can be
gay
as
people
corrupt
walking
or as
around saying
uncorrupt as you
you
want.
and saying that's gross to straight people.
I have the police to get away with something, don't. It's up to you, you know?
And the
Like,
people
whatever.
that get bothered sometimes
But
are
everyone's
people
equally offered the chance
that
to
are
bribe the
internally
police, you know?
homophobic because they are afraid to come out as gay. And a lot of the
So
times,
that's real
they're covering up
equality.
the fact that
Real
they're
equality
gay
is when
while
everyone can
hating
equally
their
pay to get out of
sometimes, a
something.
lot of times,
They pay the
the
same
internalized
amount to the same
homophobia
people.
comes from
That's
people
equality.
who are
That's
not out
that's a form of
about
equality.
themselves.
Now, granted, you know, like every like 10 years, the government gets overthrown, they have a coup, and then every like 4 years, the other party wins, and they just prevent them from taking positions and not just dissolve their party, you know. So like another coup, but you know. But besides that, everything's pretty good.
And you were hating on these people that your husband was behind closed doors. Let's really get into it, right?
Yeah, let's get into
people,
it.
People
Yeah.
love to talk about gay people.
They do.
But at conferences, when they have Republican conferences, why is it that Grindr is crashing? Grindr, the app, is...
That is a okay. First of all, I will talk all day about the congressman tapping his shoe under that stall for fucking Wendy's gift cards. All right, what the fuck was his name? I'm gonna look this up because once again, unlike Tophia, I actually know things. Congressman who claimed he traded gift cards for. I'll just type gay, so it'll probably come up faster. George Reckers. Let's see if that was him. George Reckers. Oh, this was him. This dude preached and preached and preached pseudoscientific therapy, conversion therapy. He was a total scumbag piece of shit. When he was in, this isn't the same guy. When he was in Europe for a 2-week vacation, he employed a male prostitute. And then the guy told him he gave him sexual massages, and then that's something I'm talking about though. God, who the fuck was the other guy? Nah, it's someone else. State or gift. Sorry guys, we're going off the deep end for a second. This is not what I'm talking about. There we go, Larry Craig. That's what I was talking about, is foot tapping. You know what that means when a guy next to you taps his foot under the stall. If you didn't, you know what it means now. And on top of tapping his foot, he put his hand under there and did a little fake hand job, He was not misconstrued. He claims he was misconstrued. This dude was super against being gay. Like, again, another senator that was extremely homophobic and preached extreme, like, bullshit shit that results in suicides, like conversion therapy. Tophia doesn't know shit about these people, though. Why would she? Larry Craig, that was the name. What a fucking guy.
Which is from all the Republicans that
I didn't know what tapping my foot on the stall meant. I definitely didn't know what reaching my hand under there and offering a hand job was. I just tripped and fell on the gross, disgusting back of the floor, put my hand underneath the stall, and gestured at him by accident because I fell. Come on, man.
These are the same people that love to talk about gay people that have thought about being with someone of the same sex. It's so crazy that people make these jokes.
See, like, she's sprinkling like a little bit of truth in with like all of her madness. Like, yes, there's been a lot of senators who were against homosexuality who were actually guilty of it. What's the saying? Me doth think thou protesteth too much. It basically means you're saying, like, I think you're objecting too heavily because you got skin in the game. It's like, I don't know you've skin in the game, but I think you got skin in the game because you're so against being gay that it's like you're too against being gay. You've made it your identity.
That's literally the opposite of what you just said, no homo. Why would people say that? That's the stupidest thing. Right, you're over there pumping your buddy and then saying no homo. That boy, just sleep with him already. They do sexual things with their friends, right? Where it's
I
like
really want to
saying
finish
they
this,
do these
guys.
things and then they're like, no homo. That absolves them of doing something that clearly they have the thoughts of.
It doesn't absolve. Well, some people think it does, like, but those same people are also the ones doing the gay things in the first place. So they can claim it's as not gay as they want. But if you grab another dude's junk and go no homo, it's really homo.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just a way for them to say it.
People are horrible people, and it's not about moving on.
Like JD Vance, it's a way for him to get around with, because he likes grabbing dudes by the junk. So like, it's a way for him to get around with like grabbing dudes by the junk and just being like no homo.
Because
but it's very homo.
People be the people that be talking down on gay people, and then they get exposed for sleeping with a man. Hello, and why does it?
Hello, can you name one of them? Like I did. I named 2. Hello.
This is the thing. This is something that people need to differentiate.
Name 2 guys. Like, fuck, I don't even remember the first guy's name. But Larry Craig, I fucking remember that one. First guy was some weirdo claiming overseas Europeans took gift cards for payment.
What they really see is this is why
For sex with
not equate that to that. Yes, that was horrible, but that does not make someone gay. That's harmful when you say something like that. Because I hear that when people are talking.
What?
Like they have these thoughts. They never had thoughts of being with a man until that happens to them. And then, no, that's not how that works.
What are you talking about?
That should never happen to minors. But that does not make someone gay.
What are you talking about? How dare you talk about how anyone else's sexuality developed?
Because you were probably born that way.
How fucking dare you say any of that? You don't know shit about that. Shut up. That's fucking insulting as shit. You're basically robbing them of all agency and applying and assuming that that's the reason that they liked those people. That's fucking gross. You're such a fucking hypocrite. You're a fucking racist. You're a fucking homophobe. That's all. That was gross, Tophia. That was disgusting. That was gross.
When you have a dramatic incident like that, it's not because you're gay. It's because you're having that confusion.
Yeah, it's not. Why give them any agency to decide for themselves? Or why even bother thinking that, hey, maybe sexuality is this really complex thing, rooted both in memory, childhood, instinct, and society? Why think that critically when you can just say if you were molested, you're clearly not gay or straight if you're molested by them? Like...
And you shouldn't even having to process.
So insulting. I don't even have, like... Fuck you on behalf of everyone. Who thinks that? Like, fuck you on behalf of everyone. For real.
Of being unsafe. Of not feeling like
that's disgusting.
That's the main focus. And then now you're having this confusion of why do I... Like, no, it's not because... No, that's harmful. It is. And people gotta really...
What you're saying is harmful and disgusting.
Someone doing that to you should not be...
You're robbing someone of all of their agency to decide their own sexuality by implying that just because a certain sex of person assaulted them when they were a child, that they therefore cannot have a sexuality that leans in that direction. That is disgusting. That is homophobic. That is ableism. That is every ism you can think of. Like, that is disgusting sexism and genderism. Disgusting. You're robbing all people of all their own agency to decide for themselves what type of sexuality they want.
You're born that way, and sometimes the trauma is something that you can't differentiate that because of your thoughts. Oh, because you were like, well, I never thought about being with a man, so they did this to me, but then that's not what you really need to do, is really get to the root of it. And the root of it was that should have never happened to you. And what you're going through is just confusion, and you
so disgusting. So disgusting. And by the way, if you're bi and you've gone through this like therapy and stuff, how are you suddenly bi? Doesn't that then mean if you were abused, like you claimed to have been when you were 10? Do you remember when you said you were abused when you were 10 because you had a big butt and huge tatas and like everyone was already set, you were already sexualized by 10? I actually think you might have changed it later to 16. Let's even say 16. Doesn't that therefore mean you cannot be attracted to the type of person because you're just confused? So like if you're sexually assaulted by a woman at 16, doesn't that mean you can't be bi? Or a man, it means you can't be bi? Because it means you can only be attracted to one of them by your logic. Fuck you.
Because obviously they need to get
charged. Do you not even realize the implications of your words? Like, so fucking stupid. So stupid. That's really dumb, Tophia. That's disgusting.
it's already past a certain amount of time.
What are you talking about? Statute of limitations? You were just talking about people's sexuality a second ago. Now you're talking about the criminality of it?
Sometimes it's crazy, but people don't realize the harmful stuff they say.
What are you fucking talking about? The harmful stuff they say? You were just talking about molesting kids.
I don't understand why people...
I don't even know what the fuck she's talking about anymore. This is crazy.
On kids. It's just crazy.
This is crazy. This is insanity.
You know what? Today, because of the day with gay. People just does that. But you just think, oh, you know what? I woke up, I just decided that I want to be gay. That's not how that works. Well, you know what? I didn't choose that. You have to understand. Look up people that found out later in life that they were gay. That's me.
Yeah, but you just said that because when you're molested as a kid, you no longer you can't be attracted to that gender because you're confused. You're actually not bi. You're not attracted to that gender that abused you. According to you, from 5 minutes ago. But hey, why would she stay consistent for 5 minutes? She can usually not even do it for 60 seconds.
Find out later in life. I did have some thoughts when I was in my early
And again, I bring up the other person that could have found out later in life that they were straight and not bi, and she's like, well, that can't happen. You can only become LGBT. You can't go from being bi to straight. Why not? They're discovering their sexuality just the same. They realize they don't like women. You fucking hypocritical sack of shit. I cannot believe some of the shit she said towards the end of this. This is definitely a crazy one to watch. Like, she's fucking out of her mind in this video. This is disgusting, some of the shit she said. This might be one of the worst I've ever seen her in terms of, like, her opinions and shit. And she's not even being particularly nasty to the chat or anything. She's just taking all the rage bait. And she's falling for all of it. Like,
that's someone that's gay.
Sorry.
Like them, they were like, no, I never liked you like that. And then the person gets offended, how dare you not like me? After they assume the person, because what would have happened if that person really did say they liked you like that? You would be offended anyway. Scoffing it. How dare you not? You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. I'm not mad. My favorite Rants song is Tophia, but I do like I'm Not Okay. I like the Black Wave too. I didn't get mad at him for him not liking me. I didn't get mad at him for not liking me. He did like me. Are we just gonna act like that was not a thing? Look, we may not have had a relationship because it didn't get to that point, but he did. I don't understand why people love to make this up. That's a shitty thing to do to someone. To literally the whole thing, right? I'm a kind, nice person. I was being supportive. But then it came to a point where it started to get real, and I was like, in my head, I thought, well, this is gonna really happen. Then to come back and do the shitty things I did, I lost the account. I don't want anything to do with that. That's a shitty thing to do to someone. You have someone next to you that you're getting married to, supposedly the love of your life. You're over here telling someone you're in love with them and you haven't stopped thinking about them, and that's fucked up.
Is she talking about herself? If so, he was lying to you and just trying to play you to get you in your pants, because nobody believes that. It's just...
I don't do that to people. I don't mess with people.
You're right, you don't, because you've never been with anyone. You're so fucking socially awkward. You're probably autistic or something. Like, you have no ability to communicate with other human beings on like a real level, emotionally, intellectually, or like any way when you're in person. Your only ability of communication is screaming at a fucking live stream like an insane person.
There's blackjack. There's all these other games you can play, Texas Hold'em. If you really want to play some serious games like dominoes, but don't be playing these mind games with people. Like I said, when I tell people I love them, I mean,
did she really just list a bunch of actual games you could play instead of mind games? This is what I mean when I talk about her being like 12 years old or like 8 years old. Who the fuck else would do that besides an 8-year-old? Well, you can play tic-tac-toe and Connect 4 and chess and checkers, but don't play mind games.
It's not that.
It's like a 12-year-old. I like 11 probably actually. I don't think I would have said that shit at 12. I'd be embarrassing as fuck. 11 maybe.
I can't even share that with people because I already know how people are it. But for me personally, right, it's just crazy.
It's always personally for your brother.
Online, these guys have made you feel some type of way, and then they push you away as if you never existed. So why do you make someone feel like that and then say, oh, and then it makes it seem like you never liked them in the first place? Oh, so now you get this relationship right to me, thinking you're going to make it really, you're not ready for a
They're rage baiting you, they're trolling you. These aren't real people that are interested in you, Tophia. I'm telling you that people on dating sites are not really interested in you. I'm sorry to say it. Like maybe 1 out of 1,000.
I just told you guys about this. I ran into him again. The crazy thing is I was thinking about how he's doing.
That is crazy.
A very long time.
It's crazy.
When I was thinking about how he was doing, that same day I ran into him at the same place. And so then he starts talking to me.
Crazy coincidence. Definitely didn't happen that she ran into him and then thought all this up after.
I already knew why he was asking me on Facebook. So then he asked me, sure enough, he said, do you want to go out? And I was like, no, I'm sorry. I say sorry a lot, but I just don't want to hurt people's feelings. And I feel like I don't want to date someone because I don't want to hurt their feelings. If I don't like you like that.
You're so full of shit. You say horrible, hateful shit to people all the time. You hurt people's feelings all the time. You're
so
a miserable, nasty human being. Misery loves company. You love bringing people down to your level. You're a horrible person. You say horrible things. You believe horrible things. You believe and say horrible things about every other person ever. You claim that you don't. You claim that you're pure and wholehearted, and you are an evil, twisted version of a human being. Did I cover enough bases, you guys? Like, because she's such a fucking hypocrite, I hate it.
Texas. After I said no, and now he's engaged to a girl. It was this year he just told me he was in love with me, that well, not love me, that I wanted to date me, and now he's engaged to a girl.
I really don't believe you. Like, again, this would be like the easiest receipt to show us. Like, you would literally need one screenshot of the messages between him and then one screenshot of his profile showing he's engaged. Like, that's it. That's it. Like, I won't even push you on the date he got engaged to look at his fucking Facebook and see what the date was. You show me those two things, I'll fucking believe you. But you're not gonna.
Just be truthfully honest. If you're talking to multiple women, then talk to multiple women. Are you trying to get with someone? Asking me, and then you can type of dating and everything that I was seeing.
I learned this while I was dating, and I didn't think it at first because I hadn't dated in a long time, but believe it or not, Tophia, most people who are dating more than one person at a time to see who they mesh with the best.
For more videos.
So, you know, when you start dating people or someone, that's usually when that will be happening. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This was 2 hours. The video was an hour 30, which if this was only 2 hours, this would have been great time by me, but the part 1 is like an hour long. Like, you could skip the part 1, maybe I'll redo it or something because it's so long, and if I was able to cut this short, I should have been able to cut that short. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. I gotta go back inside. My ribs are killing me. I need an ice pack. Have a good one, you guys.